The Layer's a hard place to live. Real hard. Ain't no soft landing nowhere in it. Smiling at you like it already know your name, already in the room when you walk in. That's the slings and arrows, you don't hear them fly, you just feel that sting and wonder where it came from. Whole layer wrapped in dark mystery. Old magic in the walls. Wizards whispering deals they don't keep. Dragons watching from the shadows, counting bodies like loose change. Succubus love looks sweet at first, then you wake up lighter than you went to sleep. Heart tax, soul pawn. It's war out here. Quiet war. Betrayal wear silk and smile real nice. Same cats break bread with you. Be the one selling your name 2 streets over. This whole thing a stone cold trip, baby. No fair fights, no refunds. So whatever shield you walk around with, it better be battle tested. Not shiny. Not shiny. Not fresh out the armory, I'm talking chip paint. Bent edges. Blood you couldn't wash off even if you tried. Cause the Layer don't care how fly you look in your armor. They care what's still holding when the smoke drifts off. If you still here tomorrow, still breathing, still standing on your square, then yeah, you's a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
Layer.
We moving this up out the way. Yeah. What's going on, fasting? The show is called I Got to Think About It. Do we be thinking about stuff, y'all? Or do we just go? Do we just go, y'all? Is it anybody that's not in it? Is it rich folks, poor folks, and all those in between? I think we're not going to waste no time. We're going to look at this little clip right here. I got this from Urban Politician TV, UPTV. Stay on your grind. Monique and Oprah. We got to speed it up to 145. Playback speed. 145. Let's listen. Wait a minute. Who's that knocking on the door? What's going on, no chaser? What's going on my eyes? Make sure it's up over her. Let's listen.
And we did the whole, hey girl, how you doing? Greeting thing. And then I stopped the cameras.
And I went behind stage and I said, so tell me, what do you want? What do you want to happen here? And I'm going to tell you what I wanted to happen here. And that was one of the most powerful interviews. And do you all know this is an amazing thing that happened? I had such trust from the Oprah show audience that Whitney did, I think it was her last show with us, and she had gone back on drugs. The first interview I did with her when we gone behind stage and I asked her about her attention, she was clean. But the day she came to my show to perform in front of the audience, she was not. And she fell off of the stage. And I knew that if that story got out that she'd fallen off of the stage there.
Why can't Whitney rest? If you kept it a secret then, why not keep it a secret now? I'm just saying.
Everybody would be, that she would be destroyed by that. And so even though the audience was there and the audience had cameras, I begged them not to put those pictures out because it would ruin her life, and they did not.
And what about...
That would not happen today, I can tell you.
Yeah. What about...
Before I let you go, what is one question you're surprised that nobody asked you?
Uh-oh. That's a good one, baby. What's the one question you would like to ask me that no one has asked me?
That's an even better one. Now, how you gonna hit me back with a, you know?
Because I don't know the questions. I don't know what you want an answer
Okay,
to.
what is a secret conversation you have had on the side with somebody in the industry that you have never told, but it will make an impact on the industry? It would shake a table.
Oh my goodness, that's a good question. Baby, if I tell you I had the secret conversation with, it's gonna shake the table.
You asked me what I want to know.
Jesse Jackson.
Okay.
That's it.
What?
Shake the table. Shake the table. Because our brother's no longer with us.
Yeah.
And it would be unfair. So you got to play fair. Because I will not speak of a person about any conversation, about any incidents, about anything that they cannot say yes or no to. Because when you do that, that becomes unfair to the baby. Because they don't have they can't say, well, yes, that happened or that didn't happen. But I'll just say, you know, brother Jesse Jackson. And it wasn't a bad thing. It just gets brother Jesse Jackson.
Yeah, Oprah actually recently talks about Whitney Houston in an interview. Oh, that's why you said, okay, well, there's that. She said that Whitney, you know, kind of passed out. It might have alluded to maybe.
Didn't Oprah fall on stage?
Wellness to me means all things in balance. And balance doesn't mean all things are equal or at peace at all times. Wrong shoes.
No, I ain't seen it. And we didn't see we didn't see how she tripped, nothing. She just went down. We saw that. We saw her. She was walking and they found. And everybody was like, well, she said the shoes. Okay. Well, what was wrong? So, and as we're laughing about it and making light of it, just for me, how
Excuse me. Thank you, No Chaser. So she did the same thing that she's saying about Whitney. That's crazy work. And I'm trying to think because Monique issue is with Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and Tyler Perry. They've been going back and forth. I don't know how long now. Maybe since Precious. Oprah though, is it like a slow news week? Because why even bring up Whitney? And then the thing that you brought up, you did also, is easy to trip and fall. Y'all remember a while back, I don't even remember how long ago it was now, a car hit my brick wall and was in my yard. It could have flew through the living room. It jumped the curve, knocked down the electrical pole, snatched my weather head off, tore the brick wall down, and could have tore a railing off my porch. So at that time, I had no power, and I had to wait for I know it's Warren Buffett Insurance. They ain't here no more, but I forget what it's called, and that's a shame because they was the least expensive and they did the most for me. Man, what is one? That's okay. Anyway, my neighbor next door gave me an extension cord. No, said if I give him an extension cord, he'll plug it up to his house because his house is right next to mine, but he's a mechanic and he has outside outlets. So he just plugged the extension cord into the thing and told me, don't worry about it. I think I was using his power for like 2 weeks. And those were the 2 weeks I didn't. Here's even crazier part. Because if I would have had my router in the back house, because the only router I had back then was the router in the front house. And I guess I could have ran an extension cord from the extension cord all the way through the house to plug up the router in the front house and took the computer in the front house and could have did stuff from, because that's all the router needed in the front house was a plug. I wasn't thinking though. I was, kind of agitated, upset. But anyway, I plugged up my refrigerator so my food wouldn't go bad. I could charge my phone. I could look at YouTube from my phone. But I had a bad signal. And I don't really know how to do YouTube from my phone. So at that time, y'all was around doing that, some of y'all. Anyway, he told me to worry about it, a little time passed and whatever else. And then I want to say probably about 2 months ago, I said, you know what? That man did something for me, and I didn't give him no money or nothing. So I was going through the house, and a while back, Daryl Long had told me, you need to buy this little iPad, 7th generation or something, so I could have 2 cameras in different angles and whatever else. I never use it because I try to be kind of like old school with a lot of things I want. I don't want to get too like modern, but I think I'm going to do it anyway because I want more people to, like my production. I love my production. I love my intro music. I love the sideshow. I love the blade. I love my medieval stuff. I love the dragon. I love the old night with the baby night. I love the succubus. I love all of that. I love it. I need to clean it up a little bit because it used to be the royalty would be in a part of the intro every time the royalty changed. You know what I'm saying? I would, the king, the queen, blah, 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 have them in the intro. Then I would have the thing in the back. Anyway, I gave him because remember I bought all this stuff, have an Airbnb. I gave him a TV, a Vizio TV, and I gave him an iPad. He wasn't there though. It was his son that was there. And his son came over when I was in the yard and said, hey, I think this stuff is yours. I said, no, I put it on your porch. He said, why? I said, I'm giving it to y'all to say thank you for letting me use the electricity for them 2 weeks. Tell your dad I said thank you for letting me use the electricity. Now, these are Mexicans. The man who said, brother, you can, just give me an extension cord and I'll plug it up. That's a Mexican man. Back at that time, that's when I was having a problem with the tenant wasn't paying rent. The house that got hit by a lot of stuff, right? And I was saying, my lender is being patient with me, right? But when I look back on it now, you could have gave me I came in this house, a fixer. It was completely effed up when I came up in it. It was unlivable. It was unlivable. It was orange stuff all on the wall. It was just horrible. I came in here and worked day after day after day. I cut out excess wiring. I covered up holes in the wall. I patched things. I put up, like I said, I took down all the brass. I got that horrible looking, my back house I didn't even get to. So it still has the same stuff that was in the front house. But I have the nickel fan that should go in my room to match all the brushed nickel stuff in the front. I have the things to finish the back house except for flooring. I said all that to say this. When I was going there to give him the TV, I live in the back house down the driveway. So to go out the front, unless somebody had a gate open, but since the new tenant was living here, the gate was locked. So I have to go over this little brick wall. I swear, and this is why I stopped driving and whatever else I'm going out. One time I was at Safeway, and I just fell out the blue. It's not a new thing though. When I was like 19, I was at my wife 2B's house. She lived on 13th Ave, and I fell out on the floor. And they called my dad. We were right by Highland Hospital though, because we were on 13th Ave. Highland Hospital is very close, but they didn't want to touch me, so they called my dad and they took me to the hospital. And they was like, "What happened? What And they ran all these tests and whatever else, and they couldn't explain that to me. That happened to me. Then it happened to me one time when I went to the hospital, and this woman was doing something, messing with my feet or something, and she's like, "What just happened?" And I said, I don't know, but it's happened before. This day that I went to take him the iPad and the TV, same thing. I was walking over the brick and I just went down. Pow! Knocked a big hole in my shin. You can still see I guess I don't heal very fast anymore. You can still see the gash thing where I fell into that brick thing. I was laying on the ground for a minute too. In the morning, like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. The tenant came back for some reason. I guess his wife saw me fall or something. She called, was concerned, blah, blah, blah. And he came and tried to help me up. And I was like, no, wait 1 minute. Because I had to, stop being in pain for a second. Then I finally got up, went over there, took the TV and iPad and whatever else, and came back home. I said all that to say this. Why do people take your worst moments and highlight them? It's more to people than the bad situation that me and the individual may have had. But then I be in this space right here, and I just think it's a darker thing going on. Like if a man say you ain't this and blah, 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 and call you names and da, 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 why that person's still around, still listening, still in the clouds, unless he's a weirdo or gay. This thing with Oprah and these stories that like this thing right here with Whitney. Whitney been gone for a minute. What up, A-Dub? Whitney been gone for a minute. What would make you bring her up and then you fail also?
How do you speak about someone that can't defend it? That, just in my humble opinion, it takes it different because that woman can't say yes or no. And now you just want everybody to take your word because you're the great Oprah Winfrey. And you just take my word that that's what happened. That I believe is unfair. I believe that's unfair. And I still love my sister, Oprah Winfrey. Let me be clear about that. People think in correction, it means you don't love. It's simply just correction. And I remember Barry Owens said one time, Barry Owens, a white comedian, he said one time, how can Monique say that she love him and then she say this? Because that's called blackness. We know how we do it in our community. And I don't care how many black women you get with or marry, you're not black. So you wouldn't understand.
Oh,
And he's saying,
These are the kind of gems that she drops.
Yeah.
Even me, I've been in here in the game 57 years, and a subject will come up, and most people don't even know that Monique even talks like this. It drops jewels. I'm sitting here mesmerized.
Me too. I heard fast. Like, I mean, yeah.
but I'm not saying anything but the truth.
Mhm.
And we've gotten so far removed from the truth. When you hear it, and you go, oh, well, wait a minute. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's simply the truth.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in as Oprah has been in the news and in the headlines for the last couple of days this week after she went overseas to France and did this interview right there on the stage and decided to reveal a private situation, some private information regarding Whitney Houston. Now, with Whitney Houston no longer being here with us and her putting this out like that, and most definitely, God bless Whitney Houston's soul and condolences for her and her daughter who is no longer with us. Her putting this out there most definitely rubbed people the wrong way. And as you see right there, somebody that spoke out on it, and there's been others as well who've been having things to say. Monique, now she was on 92Q, a radio station out there.
Well, the thing is, isn't this regular? Shout out to Monique, I guess, but isn't this regular? Wasn't the biggest interview ever was Cat Williams slow cooking almost every comedian? Ricky Smiley, Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, Faison Love. Didn't he slow cook him while he drank whiskey with Shannon Sharp? It was funny, but didn't he just tear down one black person after the next? And then Chappelle came out and said, you know what's funny? He talked about nothing but black men. We love roasting each other, tearing each other down. Like me, I'm transparent. I'm about to be, if stuff don't go right, I'm not finna get no proceeds from this house. All that lender want to do is get his money back. So we was going through conversations. I got my realtor involved and them involved, and they saying, well, if you give up the money to do the minor repairs that he didn't finish, because I did a lot of work up in here, we can get top dollar for the house. My lender said, nah, I can't come up with the money. Nope. Let's sell it as is. I'm willing to sell at a loss. So now my realtor, my lender is fine with each other, but my realtor keeps threatening me. So my thing with my realtor, my lender, is that I don't want to talk to him no more. He told me back when my house got hit by the car and I said, I need some help, XYZ. He said, why you call me? I said, because you're my lender and my house got hit by a car and I need to get the house fixed to get a tenant, and you reap the benefits once a tenant get in here. But let's go even further back. I bought the house as a fixer. I gave up $142,000 on a $500 house. It was a piece of shit when I bought it. I'm thinking, because I've never done this before, I got $142,000 worth of equity. The only thing that really need to be done is get the roof done, get the plumbing done. We found out that would be about $13,000, and get new countertops. So altogether, what I was asking out of my $142,000 was probably going to be around about, let's see, they said $13,000, 10 for the roof, $3,000 to do a repipe, and countertops can't be no more than another $2,000, and probably to install them another $1,000 for the front, $1,000 for the back. So we talking about $17,000 out of $142,000. Oh no, we don't do that. So now my son leaves, goes to the Marines. Now I'm an empty nester. Now I got a front house I can't rent out because it's not livable. So what do? I said, let me take my little monies Let me go get me a little credit card, and I'm gonna paint the whole front of the house white. I'm gonna put these brushed nickel everywhere. I'm gonna patch up everything. I'm gonna cut up everything. I'm gonna just repair. I'm gonna refinish the tub, refinish the tile, and do whatever else to make it visibly look good. I got a property management company. They came out and they said, nice looking place, interior wise. Oh, yeah, the other money would have been because the exterior needed to be power washed and painted. You can rent a power washer for a couple dollars, power wash it yourself. And if you can get I don't care, just a couple of people to just, do the mic, because it's not the outside wasn't majorly damaged. You just need to fit. And even that, I painted the porch. I filled in cracks with exterior caulk and whatever else, through all the little cracks and whatever else. I painted the whole porch. And a person can see I'm working towards trying to make the place and make it habitable. So then we put new floors in just the kitchen, because those was the most damaged floors. The kitchen, the utility area, and where the washer and dryer goes. I put a farmhouse sink in. I put a stainless steel refrigerator in. I put a stainless steel stove in. And then I let that woman move in, a young black lady in her mid-30s. She tore all of that up. I don't know if they were standing on top of the farmhouse sink, because I don't know. If I'm not doing the work, the other person that works for me, his name is Baldeo. Great work, quality work. We reinforced that sink real heavy. We put 2x4s up under it to lift it up, screwed it in tight. You had to either be standing on the sink, sitting on the sink. There's no way you was washing dishes and the sink is pulled down I think it's about 1/4 of an inch. Where the sink is at, I cut that part of the counter out and put white soapstone. So I made it all nice and fancy. The stove was never washed. When she got up out of here, I was able to get to the front. It took me 3 cans of Easy Off oven cleaner. When I used to be in the front cutting grass, whenever else, she wrote a note and left it on my door. Then called the property management company and said, could you tell that man in the back to stay from in the front? In order for me to leave, I have to go out either the driveway or the same gate. But I don't want him in my walkway. That's tearing people down. The house stayed engulfed in weed smell because she was messing with what they call a YN. Now, the crazy thing is she was like, write them notes and call them people and do whatever else, but she never like got in my face with all that. So I guess she thought she was going to push the YN on me. YN is cool. What's up, OG? Blah, 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 blah. She was doing all kind of slick stuff that he was fighting with her about. Like one time I ordered some Instacart. I ordered some crab from Costco. They came and accidentally set it on the front porch. She took the crab in the house. I heard them yelling that night. I ordered some more crab and told them to reimburse me. So Instacart reimbursed me. I got some more crab. He came back and knocked on my door and gave me the crab. I saw the crab was open. I threw that away. I can't trust whatever she did to that. That's the kind of vitriol and hatred that Black people got for each other. I never did nothing to that woman, but made sure she had a very nice 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house experience. I showed y'all pictures. I painted the countertops to make them look like faux granite. The middle part is white soapstone. It's a stainless steel farmhouse sink. I showed y'all the front. I got a frontal washer and dryer. Brent just bought. All of it is scratched up, bumped up. I don't know what the hell they was doing up there, but I used to hear the special needs kid yelling and banging and slamming and stuff. Most of the time she was here, the medicine cabinet door is off. How was that? My son was here a year and a half. The medicine cabinet door never fell off. We use the medicine cabinet door. but somehow all of a sudden they fell off. It's not that your kid is up there slamming and banging stuff. A plug outlet blew out. Again, here a year and a half before you got here. So why didn't the plugs blow out then? It was always something. The front room door came off the handle. Again, here for a year and a half. Why didn't the front room door fly off the handle then? This is the kind of hate we got for each other. And all because she said, "Are you the landlord?" And I said, "No. I'm just another tenant like you." Talk to the property management company. Well, why you cut the grass and why you do that? I don't have to explain that to you. Urban Politician TV is about to explain to us about Monique calls out Oprah for speaking on Whitney. But we know that Monique got smoke with Oprah because of the Lee Daniel and Oprah and Tyler Perry thing she's been talking about for years.
Her hometown, Baltimore, and if you listen to it, the way, that's why I put more of the clip on there so y'all can see. It's like Monique already had let it be known, hey, I got the call that out. We're going to go ahead and set that up. I want you to ask me this. She might have just said, hey, man, make sure you ask me about this because I want to address that right there. And I'll be all the way real with you, bro. Monique, I got the 1,000% agree. She kept it all the way solid, man. The whole thing, she's put it all, wrapped it. If you one of us and you black, you completely understand we ain't supposed to be doing stuff like that in the eye of the public, especially with Oprah being that big and that voice for you to go put it out there to the world. It's like, come on, dog, don't do nothing like that. For the simple fact, one of the things is, it's the way you said it. She wasn't clean. She wasn't clean. And it's like, whether she was or not, we know that Whitney Houston, one of our legendary singers, man, one of the greatest to do this stuff and have this go on. And then, of course, the situation with Clive Davis just recently passed. It's just one of these things, bro, where it's like, why go up there and say that right now? Like, just keep it in the hut where, yes, we know she struggled. That was not a secret at all. But can you for sure confirm that she failed because she was high or something like that? And then she don't get to say, well, man, I just tripped as well. That's why people go reference, you done fell on stage before. How can you just say she failed because she was high? She could have tripped off the stage while she was performing. And you could have just held it down, but to jump out there and put it out there in the eye of the public. Now, true, people tell stories about people that passed away all the time, bro. You got stories that people tell like, hey, well, that was some private stuff. Or I'll tell you a story. We didn't make this public. But we know it's not a negative light. This one right here was said in a negative thing where, hey, yeah, you talking about the loyalty of your fans on your show and things like that. It wasn't, hey, let me make make Whitney Houston look good in this situation. You was bigging up your audience and the impact that you had in your show at that point in time and how that wouldn't happen no more in today's time. It wasn't put out there like, man, Whitney Houston came through for me one time, I needed her. Or, man, let me tell you a funny story about me and Whitney Houston that y'all don't know about. It was like, hey, man, I'm going to come on here and say how she wasn't clean. And it's like, bro, really? Did you really have to make that public? If the crowd kept it quiet and you asked them to keep it quiet, why tell it now? Was she not here to tell you the full, like, man, y'all.
Facts. Even with Whitney and her drug addiction, and even though we saw all the bad things when you had the Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown show and all them other things, Whitney's still a legend. She suffered from addiction, but she's still a legend. Let's say that. That's undeniable. And with all the people that imitate her and they sound cool and whatever else, I don't see another Whitney. I don't really see people that really sang like that. I like Ari Lennox. I like SZA. I like her. Christina Aguilera, kind of can do a little something. But I don't see another Whitney. Yeah, these people have checkered past. And, they have all this stuff. They have an asterisk by their name. But all the greatness don't stop being greatness because they got an asterisk by their name. Let's move forward. Thank you, A-Dub. But A-Dub, ain't nobody in that Discord. Reese didn't get, a bunch of people to get in that Discord. How many people are in the Discord? I think it's you, Old Man Low, No Chaser, Reese. Who else? But thank her for starting it, I guess. Yeah, you have to seed discords and get people to be in them. And then you got to delegate powers of people, because maybe we're gonna have a music section. Old Man Low could have ran that. Maybe we're gonna have a movie section. So if I have somebody do that. I see. What kind of eggs are those that you were showing us? Are those ostrich eggs? What are those blue eggs? Those multicolored eggs you're showing us? Oh, it says 27 members. Well, they ain't paying attention to it then. What kind of eggs are those? And you're in a Muir eggs. In Alaska, what's a Muir? A cliff bird. Are they good? Are they edible? Are they just like any other old egg? Are they edible? Are they delicious? Do you eat them? Or are you just want to grow the bird population? Okay. Cliff birds. So it's hard to get to the cliff to get to them. Hey, man, you got to, I forget that show I used to watch about Alaska. What was it called? Northern something. I used to love that show. That's how I found out about the Aurora Borealis. Watching that show. The Northern Skies. And how it's daylight for so much time. And that's how I got all fascinated back with Alaska. It was a famous TV show. They're 2 times bigger. Okay. I forget what that big ass egg is. I think it's an ostrich egg. I think it's an ostrich egg. That's hella big. I know the little bitty eggs is quail eggs. What the hell was the name of that show, though? I don't think I see none of them actors that used to be on that show anymore either. Let me see. 1 second, y'all, because people is BSing. I just do a show, then I do a show, and don't nobody show up. I used to like that show too. Northern Exposure. That's it. I used to watch Northern Exposure. Yeah, I don't see none of them actors no more, though. Yeah, the characters. Dr. Joel Fleischman, Maggie O'Connell, Maurice J. Minifield. I see him still. Holly, I see him still. So it's only them two, I think. I don't see Rob Morrow no more, but I see Barry Corbin and John Cullum. Adam Arkin, he was around for a long time. Graham Greene used to be on Yellowstone, so I kept seeing him. Yeah, this used to be one of my favorite shows. Jerry Adler used to be on The Sopranos. So it's a few of them on here that still was around. That was from 1990 to 1995, 6 seasons. Anyway, let's move forward. Somehow, some way, that Shaq got pulled into some stuff about Taz and Tommy Sotomayor.
Now look, for some, oh damn, y'all couldn't hear that shit. Yeah, I know. I did that shit on purpose. Saying, don't need to fucking hear that shit. Needed a moment of silence right there. Give yourself a chance to think about what you finna watch. You know what I'm saying? At times, people be in a rush to get to the show. And, you know what I'm saying? At times, we need a moment of silence to prepare what's about to happen on the show. And so, again, that was one of those moments where I'm giving you a chance to think about what's about to happen. Therefore, you can perfectly take in what it is you're about to see. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, one could argue that it was a careless mistake, but
yeah, these things happen. It's a part of YouTube streets. You're going to be muted sometimes. You're going to make mistakes no matter how long you've been doing it because you're multitasking. I be in here getting Instacart bags, you know, putting stuff in the cabinets and in the refrigerator and then come back. I be in here, you know, I have to take a bathroom break. I might take a small chronic break. Few things be going on. I'll be in if somebody's up here, I write in the back chat, be right back. Somebody hold down the show. It is what it is. What's going on, Rapid One Fitness?
Wouldn't care what one would argue, right? I got myself out of it. We worked our way out of it. All right, let's get to it.
Sotomayor finna have a heated argument. You guys saw Tommy Sotomayor video. Tommy Sotomayor finna have a heated argument with Taz. And in this video, you know, he's on Sharon, like Sharon's channel again, but he's about to have a conversation with Taz about the N-word. Yeah. This ain't a relationship topic right here, everybody. So prepare yourself. This is about to be an N-word. It's a cultural conversation. Taz believes that in the 70s and I think all the way up to now, Black people have been using the N-word as a term of endearment and as a negative. Tommy Sotomayor and a lady named Bomb Cherry Juice. Don't judge her name. All right, just her name. Wild name, but it's just her name. They are telling Taz that no, in the 70s, it was not a term of endearment. I'm going to just add in the 60s, 70s. Nah, it was not a term of endearment. Was this niggas out there using? Yeah, I said nigga. Was this niggas out there using that word? Yeah, they were using. But they were not using it as sweetie or brother and stuff like that. If they weren't, how can I explain? It was a minority. A minority.
Ah, shit. Now, the question is, how do you qualify this? You know what I mean? Because I wish there were more people that were teenagers in the 70s that were here to qualify the conversation. Is crazy Because for me, I'm just simply saying by the time I got of age and can remember words, nigga was already normal. It was an abnormal thing to hear from
in the 70s, nigga meant real. If it was coming from black people, it had multiple meanings. I want y'all to go back and think about this. Let's use some Hollywood. Remember Sanford and Son? Red Fox would always say, nigga, 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 nigga. Remember Good Times? Remember the Jeffersons? George Jefferson famous thing to say was cracker. And one time he was arguing with Lenny Kravitz's mother because she used to be on a show Married to a White Man. And it's a famous episode where he said, I bet you that cracker called you. And she said, don't say it. Don't say it. Nigga. Nigga was all over TV in the 70s. One of my favorite half cartoon, half realistic movies is called Coonskin. It stars Scatman Crothers, Barry White, and Philip Michael Thomas. Called Coonskin. They say nigga so many times in that movie. And when they saying it, they calling they self niggas in the movie. The movie start off with somebody saying nigga. In the movie, it's a black character that's trying to bang Miss America. This is a white girl with freckles, and she has the American flag as she's wearing a bikini. But I mean, if you can get past modernization and go back and look at these movies are powerful. And yes, it was derogatory at some time, but a lot of times it was to put you back in your place. If you start getting high sedity and thinking you something other than whatever else, your woman or your man would say, nigga, please. Just because we got this money, just because we left out the hood, you know all the stuff we had to do to get here. That's what nigga please meant. Nigga please meant don't forget where you come from. Literally. And I was born January 25th, 1970s. So I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 10 in the 70s, right? But I remember when I was 7, 8, 9, 10. I remember sitting on my grandmother's little front of her house. She had a little concrete slab, kept her grass cut at 3-inch blades. She had 4 o'clocks in the back that she kept pruned. She kept painting the house and sealing the cracks and wherever else. So that's why years later, when I was like 30-something, and my uncle invited me over there, and all the grass was covered with rocks. And the house was all chipped up. And there was some kind of like lemon color. I'm like, but that's a me thing. I know that's not everybody. That's a me thing. I would think, why wouldn't you keep that thing looking like it used to look? So every time we come by there, we go, that's grandma's house. But let's proceed. They're having an argument about nigga or nigger, one of the others.
The very first time I can remember hearing words being used. And so it's this idea that you can put an umbrella over it is what I didn't agree with. But let's get to it.
Minority was doing this thing. So we're gonna list this conversation and see if Taz makes
what's going on. Hold up. Folks say they got beef with me to this day because I miss saying hello to them. So let me make sure I go to the chat and back up and do whatever else and make sure I acknowledge the people in the building. Now, here's the thing. The free things. Liking is free. Commenting is free. Subscribing is free. Please do those things. And if you really want to be nice, hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. Or the PayPal. Or the Venmo.
Some points, time makes some points. I'll let you right now, this gonna get wild because Taz is in the mix. If Taz in the mix, this gonna get wild. But hold up, just his videos, hit like button, his subscribe.
If I'm in the mix, one of these niggas do anything I don't like, this shit might get wild. Right? And again, I've always said that. I mean, it's simple. If we having a conversation, we laugh, kiki, and kick it. But fam, when it's a role game, hey, bro, you got one time to play with me, fam, and it's going up. And it's just that simple. And it don't even have to be that way. Not everybody is, on that type of time. Like, I know most people ain't really trying to have, like, issues with me like that, right? But every now and then, some shit happen, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta let it be known, like, fam, I don't give a fuck. And so, let's get to it.
In the conversation, give me a thumbs up or a heart. Just let him know that it's real. Before we get to the video, go ahead and hit the hype button. The hype button is it's cheap. It is so cheap that everyone can actually afford to hit it if you own a phone.
Niggas can review me for real.
Like the video. Technically, kind of ironic for me. I don't know if it's ironic or it's sad for me just to say that it's cheap because you have to first own a smartphone. I'm sorry to the homeless people that I told you that it was cheap. It's not. But if you can find a way to...
Damn, I sped it up. Why it sound regular? Let me check again. Did I speed it up? What's the fuck? I did not. Let me speed this thing up. 145. I think me and Taz has a cool enough relationship where he don't trip off me reacting to his channel. I hope I have that understanding. I could be wrong. Taz be snapping. Make sure I hit his like button.
Borrow somebody's phone, just say you need to make a phone call to somebody, go find my video, hit the hype button. I would greatly appreciate it. But let's waste more time. Let's roll the clip.
Yeah, let's roll the clip.
Hey, 5 minutes. It's something you never said to somebody before. You never said this. Because blacks didn't believe in saying it to each other. We didn't believe in saying it.
Wait a minute. Let me see if I have any moderators in the building. Let me see. Hola. Is Rapid One Fitness here? Is A-Dub here? Let me see. I see some moderators out there. Let me see. Is No Chaser here? Is Fasting here? If any one of y'all are here, y'all see the little hobbit in the chat? Nut hugging. Hey, Kills, get my dick out your mouth. Thank you, A-Dub.
It was what whites called blacks. We actually had some decorum before. And we stopped having it. We said we want to use the same words that white people use.
Same time, so I say wasn't no decorum.
No, I'm saying we would say, hey, why are we going to call the decorum is what I meant by this. We're not going to call ourselves, which was the argument about the nigger term. That's why Harry Belafonte and all of them said we shouldn't be calling ourselves what they called us.
Now, here's the problem. If you just arguing from a Harry Belafonte position, then cool. I would agree that the older generation probably didn't use it the way the younger ones did. But the younger generation was using it.
We made nigga very popular in the late 80s.
The late 80s, right? He said we made nigga very popular in the late 80s. I'm saying it was already popular by the late 80s.
And you didn't do that either.
It wasn't popular before the 80s.
No, you wouldn't just walk and call you couldn't just walk up and call no man that as a black man without getting your ass whooped. It was not a term of endearment.
You
Yeah,
couldn't walk up
that's
to a black man in 1979.
that's wrong. That's wrong. That's not the truth. Again, I was young in the 70s, but I remember the 70s. And I remember being in San Pablo. I remember being in East Oakland, West Oakland, and East Oakland. I remember people drinking, smoking weed, and calling each other nigger. And they wasn't beating each other up. All that was is to say that don't forget where you come from. That's what it used to mean. If a black man jumped on another black man because that black man called him a nigga, that would have been strange. Now, somewhere up in there, somebody might see. The thing is, this would be strange if everybody was calling each other brother, because that's something they used to do too. Brother, brother, brother. But in my childhood experience, I didn't hear a lot of people calling each other brother. I saw that whole brother thing in Hollywood on movies and stuff. In my real life, people knew each other's names. Hey, Charles, what's going on, Stan? What's up, Marcus? And then they get to hanging out, playing dominoes, playing dice. And what was they saying when they was playing dominoes and they was playing dice and they was playing tunk and they was playing pity pat and playing spades? They was shaking them dice and going, nigga, Papa need a blue bag, nigga. Wasn't nobody jumping on that man when he was saying that. So, burn. I'm 56, about to be 57. People call each other by their name. They knew each other kind of closely. They was cool with each other. And when somebody get to acting high sedity or like they was better than something, you got what Paul Mooney said. Paul Mooney way older than me. You got your nigga wake-up call. Richard Pryor had a show, I think that was in the 70s. It was Richard Pryor, it was Tim Reed, it was Paul Mooney, it was Robin Williams, it was Sandra Bernhard, and they said nigga regularly. Rudy Ray Moore said nigga regularly. Now, am I justifying something? Am I saying that Harry Belafonte didn't say this and that or whatever else? No. What I'm saying is that I even heard in my own house when you started acting little nigga boy. Sit your black ass down. We are not finna send you out into this world and make you think that these people don't think that's what you are. If that's what you are, you're not going to be misled. You're not going to be told. Now, I didn't go nigga around my kids, but I let my kids know, no, you're a little black child. Don't get it messed up. I mean, you can go to war, maybe a revolutionary. Maybe you're the new Huey P. Newton. Maybe you the new Bobby Hutton. But believe me, here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about you. That's Ice Cube stuff. That's do the right thing. When we were younger, I remember them protecting us like that. To make sure you understood who you were. So that's why when people be up here now talking about, oh, you a white boy, you a white boy. Well, that's not what my mother told me. That's not what my grandmother told me. Nobody never told me that until I got older. Now, when I was in school, there was some colorism stuff, but I never heard this I'm a white boy stuff until recently on YouTube. I never even heard this light skin stuff until recently. But that's what we do. We roast. We get at each other.
And say nigga without getting your ass whooped. I'm calling cap. I'm calling cap.
Walk up to a nigga in the 70s. Walk up to somebody in the 70s and say this and not expect your ass to get whooped.
I mean, that's easy to say it's not there in this moment, but I'm saying like we saw it used in the 70s. I made it into the 80s. It was used in the 70s freely. Right. Now you heard what I said. It was used freely in the 70s. And again, you know, I can roll the clips of it being freely used in the 70s. It was used freely in the 70s. I mean, there's no reason to lie about it, misrepresent. There's plenty of shows that had the word in it in all types of different contexts. So, you know, there's refuting that it was used.
Consider that we were probably all like children. I'm thinking about it up here that in the 70s, like we wouldn't even understood what someone was really saying. But I know I heard it. I just didn't
Again, I was born January 25th, 1970. I was a child. So it's still the 70s when I heard from not one woman, multiple women. Girl, you know these niggas ain't shit. That was the 70s. I had an afro.
understand what it meant, you know?
Yeah, but I am old enough to know, right? So, yes, we didn't call each other the N-word. I remember when they started wanting to make the
Bob Mary tries to chime in and help him.
We did call each other the N-word. She live in New Orleans. Maybe it's different than New Orleans. I live in Oakland, California. But I'm telling you, it was all on Starsky and Hutch. It was all on Good Times. You don't remember Florida saying, "Nigga, please." Wait, you don't remember Aunt Esther telling Fred Sanford, "Nigga, what did you say?" Are they serious up here on this damn show? That Esther clip is a meme now. Nigga, I can tell you the episode. It was an old man that came to tell Fred that he had slept with Elizabeth. Elizabeth was Fred Sanford's wife. Esther is Fred Sanford's wife's sister. So he explained to him how he had crept up into Elizabeth's room and had sex with her. And then Esther was at that house and said, "What did you say, nigga?" And then she sat down. She said, "Explain to me, what window did you climb into?" And he described what area of the house that he climbed into the window. She said, "Wait a minute, that was my room." Come to find out, he didn't sleep with Elizabeth. He slept with Aunt Esther. But it's a famous clip on YouTube right now from the 70s of Esther saying, "Nigga, what did you say?" Fred Sanford was about to get surgery done on him in the 70s on Sanford and Son. And a black doctor came in there to work on him. And he said, "I'm not finna let this nigga do nothing to me." There's on Sanford and Son, a time where Fred Sanford is in court. They use nigga all through the 70s shows. And that's Hollywood. Now let's get out of Hollywood and let's get into anecdotal. Anecdotal. "Nigga, please" was used around me when I was a baby. "Niggas ain't shit" was used around me when I was a baby.
We wasn't calling each other the N-word. Okay, I ain't talking about no women, but when women chime in to agree with Tommy ain't got no problem with it. Even when they wrong, don't know what they talking about, Tommy cool with it. Because Tommy just wants someone to agree. So if this was a woman disagree, he would be talking shit to her, but since she agrees, he cool with it.
N-word is popular and a term of endearment. People was against that.
What's going on, Irby Fatal?
The young black people was for it. The older black people was like, no.
Yep.
And so
right, now, she just said what I...
That's not the truth. I don't know how old Estelle Rose would be today, but she was alive before me. I don't know how old Red Fox was, but he was alive before me. And those are older people. I don't know how old Aunt Esther was. This is crazy. You had a woman named Millie Jackson. You had Leroy and Skillet. See, here's my thing. I was always fascinated with comedy, and I used to go way, way back with it. So I know about Lily Tomlin, Carol Burnett, Tim Conway, because I had, well, my mother had me when she was like 21 or something like that. But my father's 10 years older than my mother. So my father listened to a lot of old stuff. So my father's fascination was John Wayne and Charleston Heston. And that's how I know all these white folks' names. Lee Marvin, Jack Palance, Humphrey Bogart, James Cagney. You see what I'm saying? These are them Turner Classic movies. They're Turner Classic movies now, but back when I was younger, that's what my father used to listen to that stuff. My father like cowboy songs and stuff, spaghetti western sounding songs, and then he liked his blues too. But if you ever hear him talk, he sounds very country. Like the other day, Chocolate Earth Foundation was trying to clown me because I say cool instead of saying cool. When I was younger, instead of saying hair, I used to say hair. Now, the reason why I used to talk like that is because I'm listening to my parents. They talk like that. I had some people laugh at me, black people laugh at me because of why I used to say hair. I used to say hair. I used to say cool, C-O-O. Until I heard the song Cool from Time, The Time. C-O-O-L. What's that spell? That spells cool. Cool. Yeah, before that, I used to say cool. I still say it. I slip up and still say it. But you know what? I wouldn't embarrass somebody. I wouldn't try to embarrass somebody by saying, I'm more articulate than you. But yeah, nigga was used regularly in the 70s. And if somebody was gonna beat somebody up in that episode of Sanford and Son when she stood up and said, nigga, what did you say? In fact, Richard Pryor's whole thing was about being transparent and real. So his whole thing was nigga, and he's from the 70s. Now, when Richard Pryor first came out and when George Carlin first came out, they both used to try to imitate Cosby. They were clean comics. But they said it didn't feel real. It wasn't being honest. It wasn't their honesty. I think a good way you can check this out is the movie is called JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling. It's the movie where Richard Pryor is a young boy growing up in Peoria in his life throughout. The cocaine, the abuse as a child, living in a whole house, grandmama being a madam, the real stuff. So when you look at that, you go, well, why was he a clean comic when he came out? Because he thought that's what you had to be. Now let's talk about clean comedy for 1.2 seconds before we get back to the nigga stuff. One of my favorite clean comics is Sinbad. Sinbad is hilarious, and he don't use no cuss words. Let's continue.
You just said, if the younger black people for it and the older black people are against it, but I would be closer to the younger people who are for it, which passed it down into the 80s. How am I wrong when I'm saying they were using it in the 70s? Now, she just said it, but somehow they're claiming the opposite, right? It's weird.
for it. The older black people was like, no.
Yep.
And so that was, and they even went on Oprah and all kinds.
Sure
of things.
did.
He went up to prove that we're going to make a tournament of endearment. We saw where that happened.
Because if you think about it, yeah, they came out and had to say, she's right, they came out and had shows.
How do you explain the exploitation era and this word being all over these movies freely?
That was us. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Are you saying that was a term of endearment? Those movies, they would say, dumb nigga. Is that what you said?
Right.
Or you just the word, period. We know the word.
Yes. They use the word. No, he's saying is we.
And see, y'all know I mess with Bomb, but people fell in love with blaxploitation. This is what blaxploitation did that other movies didn't do. Back when I was younger, the people they would eliminate first would be the black person. That would be the first person to die in the movie, a black person. It was normalized. So here's what blaxploitation did. They made the black person a hero. He survived and beat the man. And I don't care if you're looking at Hell Up in Harlem. Who was that? That was Godfrey Cambridge that used to say, nigga, please. I don't care if it's Superfly. I don't care if it's a Mac. What did Max Julian say to Pretty Tony? He said, nigga, can you buy that? What the fuck are they talking about right now? It's because of those movies that normalized it and made it cool. Superfly, Curtis Mayfield, Freddie's dead. Do-do-do, 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 do-do-do-do-do. What happened in that movie? Some Muslim dudes ran up on him inside of a restaurant and said, you're going to have to give us some money. He said, brother, if you willing to go up against this cracker, I'll go to war with you. But until then, just go back and look at the movies. Nigga was normalized in the 70s, all throughout TV, movies, and on the street.
Understood the word, but it was always used as a pejorative.
Right. So now the goalpost is being moved now, right? This is why it's odd looking at people in comment sections trying to judge what they call debates. So now we're moving the goalpost again. We already outside the original statement that was wrong. Now, another question is asked, and yes, when these terms are being used in these movies and shit, sometimes it's a positive. Sometimes it's an attempt to send a different message. When you're doing these movies and you calling somebody boss nigga, right, and going around murking white people, again, there's an attempt to reclaim the term. And like I said, I get what their argument is, but they're not being honest about its usage in the 70s. It was
same movie, Superfly. There's a part in there where Superfly is telling Eddie, I'm finna get out the game. And what did Eddie say? I don't care if he gonna kill me, nigga. We ain't never had it like this, and I'm gonna live my best life. Have me a piece of cocaine and a bad bitch until this cracker kills me. These is famous lines from the 70s blaxploitation movies that people repeated in recent times. They react them. Drewski, I'm positive if you haven't done it yet, we'll do it.
Certainly around and being used.
Yes, it was negative.
Okay, and so in the way you're referring to it, though, that's how we talk. It was used these movies as a term of endearment and
no, it wasn't. No, it was not used as
both a term of endearment and a negative. Now, let me pull you something from 1970 that we can talk about. You know, I think it's interesting when these types of things happen. They speak like somebody's just trying to argue or trying to be like right or some shit. And a lot of times I feel like it's because it's me. People just want to like go against me and shit. So this is 1970. Let's take this down for a minute and switch over to this tab. This is 1970. I'm gonna let y'all listen to a little bit of this, and I want y'all to tell me if this is being used as a pejorative or not. You know what I'm saying? Tell me if this usage of nigga in 1970 is negative.
Night descends as the sun's light.
Another famous one, the last poets. They got a thing called nigger. Niggas are not revolutionary.
And black comes back to blend again. And with the death of the sun, make blackness become one. Blackness is being used, peeping through the red, the white, and the blue. Dreaming of false black civilization that one flourish grew. Hey, wake up, niggas, of y'all crew. Drowning in the flow of the white man's spit. As you pause with some flaws in the midst of shit, and ain't got nothing to say, your funky ass with. You cool fool, sipping on menthol, sitting around midnight, rapping about how the Big Apple is out of sight. You ain't never had a bite. Who are you fooling? Me, you, wake up, niggas, so you all crew. And I'm trying.
Now, contextually, are you telling me that that's negative? Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to understand here what it is they're trying to make me believe, because I understand their point, but I think they're just trying to be right in telling me that I'm just wrong, and I'm not. It's not always a negative. I think the problem is your inability or unwillingness to embrace the term when another generation did. You were unwilling to embrace it.
Oh, yes. Good morning, Bomb Cherry. Bomb Cherry, you don't remember the famous episode of Sanford and Son when that man came to Fred's house and said he slept with Elizabeth and Esther was there, and she jumped up and said, "Nigga, what did you say?" Do you not remember the Mac when Max Julian told Pretty Tony $175? Him and Richard Pryor talking back and forth to each other about how much money they spent on the car. And then he looked at Pretty Tony and said, "Nigga, can you buy that?" Godfrey Cambridge and Cotton Comes to Harlem. He was a police officer. It used to be two police officers. It was Godfrey Cambridge, and I forget the other dude's name. Whenever the preacher dude was in the town, they would always say, "Nigga." It was all throughout blaxploitation. It's in Coonskin, it's in the Mac, it's in Superfly, it's on Sanford and Son, it's on Good Times. But I will say this: Estelle Rose didn't say nigga, she would say Negro, please. Because she was articulate. She didn't say nigga, she said Negro, please. But nigga, please was regular in the 70s. Niggas ain't shit was regular in the 70s. Well, we the same age. You know how old I am. That was regular. It's a documentary about Jimi Hendrix. He goes to this city. He's hanging out with these two dudes. And the two dudes that he hanging out with is just they smoking weed and drinking wine and doing whatever else. So Jimi Hendrix see a couple of Panther dudes, and he's with the two dudes, and he run over there and get the Panthers a couple money and get they whatever flyer they was passing out, the 10-point plan and the whatever book. And the two dudes that was with Jimi Hendrix, they're telling the story because Jimi Hendrix has passed away now, and they said, "We don't know why that nigga thought we was with that shit." Because that's another thing. When I was younger, black folks was against the Panthers. Some of them. It's a famous story that Richard Pryor tells about the Black Panther people coming to his house and his people telling him, "You better tell them crazy niggas to get off my porch." I heard nigga everywhere when I was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You can't trust them niggas. Rudy Ray Moore, Red Fox, LaWanda Page, that's Aunt Esther, Max Julian, Ron O'Neal, that's Priest from Superfly. It was everywhere.
It doesn't always have to be negative. That's the part of it that people are going to have to deal with. I'm sorry that you want this point, but you have it. Nigga is not always negative.
Term of endearment in a blaxploitation movie. It was never used as a term of endearment in blaxploitation.
It was never used as a term of endearment in blaxploitation movies. Now, again, if the damn movie has nigga in the goddamn title, before I don't understand what we doing here. Because for me, once you start promoting it and you see the usage of it all through the 70s, how can you blame the 80s for using it? It's all through the 70s. This is crazy.
Movies, it was literally like she said, it was dumb preceding nigga, stupid preceding nigga, old, ugly, broke. It was literally a pejorative.
Yeah. But what about when it's Nick, please? Like again, I know you want to be right, but
when somebody's saying nigga, please, what they saying is come down off of your high horse. It was usually in the 70s, you was cooning because you didn't got out of the hood, you didn't forgot where you from. It was usually used to let you not forget where you come from and how these people look at you. People would not send you out of the house without letting you know how these people look at you. And they look at you like this, so you might as well accept it. It was more about acceptance. Understand who you are, where you are, so you can be more prepared instead of walking out here thinking that it's one race, the human race, and everybody sees you the same way your mama loves you. No, when I was younger, parents were trying to protect their little black babies. And a way to protect them is to not let them be misled and think that, oh, no, racism don't exist, and you're not looked at as this. Now, I wasn't raised to be racist, but I was raised to be what they called back then conscious. Don't be out here asleep. And that's how it was explained to me. But yes, I was called a little nigga child. And I don't think that they was trying to be derogatory towards me. I think they were trying to make me understand exactly how society sees me. And making sure that you understand how society sees you is not about tearing you down. So now, I didn't call my children little nigga childs and sit your little black ass down and all that other stuff, but I did inform them that, yeah, America sees you like this, and you have plenty of examples of it by when they look at our children as adults. So the thing I used to always get across to my little black boys and little black daughter was understand who you are. Because I was having a conversation with my older son and my younger son about anger management. I said, son, all you got to do is be angry one time and do too much, and that's it. Am I telling you not to defend yourself? No, I'm saying if you're going to defend yourself, that's why we got you in these fighting classes, playing football, lifting weights, and doing all this other stuff so you can actually have some fight to give back if you're going to do it. But am I telling you to be the first one on the front line behind some bullshit? No. What I'm telling you to do is be prepared and understand where you fall in this world. But let's continue.
What about something simple as Aunt Esther saying, nigga, please? Like, again, it's like, what are you talking about?
What up, Ronnie?
And said that's what, and she's right. They used to go on Oprah saying we took the power out of the word because the old people were saying stop.
Take out the adjective. If you take out the adjective, what's the word you're using, though? Right. If you just take off the adjective, don't say dumb, don't say stupid, don't say idiot before you say nigga, and you're still using nigga. The word is being used. What are we talking about? And so I don't understand why they're trying to push this, because the further and further this goes, it's going to go down a rabbit hole. And I'm not making something up.
They're saying you're a dumb.
I understand, but if you take out the adjective you're using to describe the word, is the word being used or not?
Whoa. Now, I ain't lie, y'all. Y'all was having, it was like a great conversation where I felt like I was learning. Like, it was going good. What the hell was that task? Did you just erase the fact that they said the word was being used, but it wasn't in a term of endearment? That's what they said. What?
Right. Okay. So I don't know why this is so hard to follow. Because I wasn't trying to change any context. I was trying to further elaborate that they're using the word, and the more you use the word without the adjectives that you're.
Yeah, it normalizes it. I didn't say they use it as a term of endearment. I'm saying that it was just used to death. I named you 50,000 times. It was used to death. I gave you 3 right off the top of the head. Red Fox is in a hospital. Black doctor. I'm not finna let that nigga operate on me. Fred Sanford is in the courtroom. He says, nigga. What's the other one? Aunt Esther is at the house, and a man comes and said he slept with Elizabeth, who's Fred Sanford's wife, who passed away. When they went through the story, we found out he slept with Aunt Esther. But in that episode, that's when Aunt Esther jumped up and said, what did she say? She said, nigga, what did you say? All throughout Richard Pryor's majority of his comedy, nigga, until that time when he had that red shirt on and said he's not going to use the word nigga no more. That was in the 80s by then, though. He had used it to death. Watch the movie Coonskin, which is Scatman Crothers, Philip Michael Thomas, and Barry White. They go from real life to animation. They use nigga throughout that movie. And they calling each other it. Philip Michael Thomas is from Miami Vice. He's in a movie. They breaking out of prison. Philip Michael Thomas, Scatman Crothers. The beginning of the movie is Scatman Crothers singing, I'm a nigga man. Watch me dance. I'm a nigga man. Don't believe me? Go watch that shit. It's out there. I believe Coonskin is free on YouTube. You can just the beginning of the movie is Scatman Crothers singing, I'm a nigga man. Scatman Crothers ain't from like the 50s and 60s.
Adding to it, does the word stand alone in itself as a negative? But you're jumping in, you can make that point. And it's like, fam, like, I don't understand why they be trying to dick ride Tommy. Fam, setting this up, this is why you got to do it on the clock if you want to call it a debate. Otherwise, you can jump in like that and make it seem like I just went off topic or change the context or change the narrative.
Wait. Let's stop Taz right here. Coonskin is free on YouTube. Wait. Let me see. The whole movie. Scatman Crothers in the beginning of the movie. Right here. Scatman Crothers in the opening scene.
I'm a Mr. Man, I'm the king man, I'm the poor man, I'm the man, I'm a nigga man. Watch me dance. I got the devil in me. It's the man you see. Got the devil in me. It's the man you see.
That song is called I'm a Nigga Man. Don't believe me? Just go look. This is just the beginning of Coonskin. This is the beginning. Scatman Crothers in the opening scene of Coonskin, 1975. In this movie, it's a Ralph Bakshi film. The stars are Scatman Crothers, Philip Michael Thomas, and Barry White. I done watched this movie 1,000 times. In that movie, Philip Michael Thomas and Barry White and Scatman Crothers are calling each other nigga. They're not insulting each other. They a little crime ring. Let me see. Here's the full movie right up under it. Xeon Films, Xeon Pictures. Watch the movie. The movie is wild. But don't believe me. I'm just lying.
That point, and it's like, fam, like, I don't understand why they be trying to dick ride Tommy. Fam, setting this up, this is why you got to do it on the clock if you want to call it a debate. Otherwise, you can jump in like that and make it seem like I just went off topic or change the context or change the narrative or some shit.
Oh Oh God. Okay. I don't know how that happened. I'm gonna just pretend that you slipped. It was just a mistake, a normal mistake. What you just did. Whoa.
This is insane.
Y'all see how they keep? We never said it wasn't used. Y'all, we made a straight argument and said,
Wait, Bomb. Me and you are the same age. I was born January 25th, 1970. I was 5 when Coonskin came out. I saw Coonskin. I saw Sharky's Machine. I saw Gator with Burt Reynolds. I remember 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I used to walk to Lockwood Elementary School from 73rd and Fresno Street. Walk straight down 73rd to go over to my damn school, which was on 69th, between 69th and Havens Court. That's kindergarten. My brother was in the 1st grade. My big brother used to walk me to school. I was 5. I remember going to the penny candy store, going to the candy man house at his back window and buying penny candies. What do you mean? That was 1975 when that happened. I remember that. You don't remember 75? Bomb Cherry. It was in the 70s that I went to the movies by myself from 73rd and Fresno Street. The movie I went to go see was called, because that's when I first saw Debbie Morgan. Yaphet Kotto was a star. They were stealing stuff. What was the name of that movie? Matter of fact, Rudy Ray Moore was in the movie. Rudy Ray Moore, Yaphet Kotto, Debbie Morgan. Damn, what's the name of that movie? First movie I ever saw at Eastmont Mall. I walked to Eastmont Mall from the apartments on Fresno Street, so I'm still hella young. Monkey Hustle. That's what it was. Monkey Hustle.
Right. Now you see why I had to turn it up, because you cut me off and then you go to frame it as opposed to just simply saying.
Matter of fact, my mother didn't have her accident until 1980. That's when my grandmother shipped me to my father in West Oakland. So I remember a lot about the 70s. I remember across the street from my grandmother was 2 brothers, Michael Gertz and Bobby Gertz. Bobby Gertz painted an abstract picture of me. I was like a half of a chicken and some other stuff. I was telling people about white flight and then black flight. I saw them white people leave our neighborhood. It was lawyers and doctors. It was Audis and Beamers and Benzes and stuff in the neighborhood where we was at. So I saw white flight first, then I saw black flight. Black flight happened after I was going from my grandmother's house, though. That was more like the mid 80s. Because when I was younger, I talk about taking the notes to the store. And it was black owners. The diners was black. The liquor stores was black. All that stuff was around there. When I in the 70s, all that stuff around there was black. I don't remember seeing Asian people running stores when I was younger, or Arabs. What do you mean I don't remember the 70s? I do. I had an afro. I got pictures of it. I just did a whole thing of my Uncle Roger's old house had panel board around it. They had them damn lamps with the wax drip. Matter of fact, let me pull that picture up. I just did this the other day. How can I not know it and vividly show you it? I said I'm doing AI art. You have to have seen this to know this. Where is this picture at? Give me 1.27 seconds. Most of the stuff I do over here is about 70s stuff. Where's my picture I did the other day? Oh, yeah. And then I even made them wine labels for you, too. I made you this white one. Let me show them. Let me show you them first. There go one wine label. Let me get the other one. Images. Where's the other wine label? Because we did a black and gold one. They got a black and gold one right here. They got a black and gold one. Let me see. Oh, yeah, because you said you didn't want your face on them. I remember now. But it's about the same time that I made my Uncle room. Because I remember back in the day, they had them 8-track things inside the stereo. You had the 8-track, the phono, and you had to twist the knobs for the stereo. It was like a big old, looked like a dresser. You can open one side up, is the phonograph. The other side is the radio where you twist the knobs. The other part is where you put the 8-track tape in. Then there was a little sand part in the middle where you could put rocks and plants and whatever else. Then on the other side, they had to use it like a little bar. I vividly remember all that stuff. Now let me find my other picture. There we go. There we go. That lamp that's hanging from the ceiling that I made, that's from the 70s. That black velvet panther picture in the back, that's from the 70s. This bar type of thing, I was trying to make it into that thing I was describing to you. But this rattan chair, that's from the 70s. We was listening to George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelic in the 70s. I was looking at Hee Haw and all that other stuff in the 70s. The Carol Burnett show and all that stuff in the 70s. Green Acres and all that stuff is from the 70s. What do you mean I don't remember my childhood? Get this out of here. Remove. Oh, yeah, I wanted to show this again. The 33 records, that damn bearskin rug, all that 70s stuff. The only person I seen in 2026 with a panel room like that, name is Solid Snake. I ain't seen nobody else with no room with panel board all around. Let's pull this back up. Share. That's what's missing. My damn music ain't on. That's what's happening. It's too damn quiet up here. Get that damn music on. There we go. That's what we need. There we go.
Well, wait, we already know that. If that's what you thought I was saying, then cool. But you framed it for this goofy ass nigga that's reviewing this video so he could set it up to make it seem like I wasn't doing what I was doing. I'm trying to make a point. If you go back before this, that's why I said, does the word stand alone? So once you start playing with me, which I knew what it was, I see this is you talking to your audience, you trying to make it seem like I'm saying something that I'm not. Goofy ass nigga, don't play with me, brothers. I know what this is. I know what right here. This is insane.
I'll see how they keep. We never said it wasn't used. Y'all, we made a straight argument.
Motherfucker, I know y'all didn't. In case you didn't hear what I said.
We never said it wasn't used. Y'all, we made a straight argument and said used as a.
Don't talk to your fucking pussy crowd like you're talking to me, man. Don't talk to your pussy crowd like you're talking to me, right? And I didn't like it. Like I said, I felt like in that moment, and I'm sure that he's not directing the conversation at me. He is framing it for his audience, which is why he has no idea or no understanding of what I just said, which is why the conversation ain't continuing. You try to name some shit for your audience to make it sound like I'm taking it off topic, and I'm not. Your crowd.
You're mad because you don't have a crowd. You're mad because you don't have a crowd. I was talking to the crowd. I was talking to the crowd. How was it my crowd? I was talking to the crowd. The crowd.
Talking to your crowd.
Listen to what this man is saying. I'm talking to my crowd. As if this man is not intelligent at all. This man is just weird. There's something wrong with you. You've been arguing weird things all day. No reason. And mad because I'm more popular.
Now I'm mad because he's popular, right? Now keep in mind, I don't care about none of this. This ain't got nothing to do with the video as far as I'm concerned. I don't care about his popularity. I don't care if he's known. Don't try to talk to your crowd like you talking to me, though. That's what you just got called out on. Now, all the other shit, again, it's clapback. You know, I expect you to say what you don't say shit back, but you heard me, though.
Earlier than you, and every time I'm around you, you say it.
Your own show, Tom.
Every time I'm around you, you say that.
Wait, hold up, Taz. Why the hell does it matter if he's doing his own show?
You goofy ass nigga, because I just said he's talking to his audience. Like, are you this motherfucking dumb nigga? I said he's talking to his audience. That's why it matters. Don't make it seem like I'm just sitting here saying shit blindly and crazy. No, you're talking to your audience, nigga. You're live. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what's a point of contention or something to actually discuss. I'm just letting it be known, nigga, you're not talking to me. If we're going to have a conversation, you would be talking to me and not to your audience about me. So, yeah, play dumb, nigga. Play dumb right along with him.
Me. That's not how you say. Like, don't you talking to me? Like, you talking to your crowd. Like, what the hell is this? Nigga lost his mind. This is Taz. He's the wild boy.
There's nothing wild about that. If you're talking to me, you're talking to me. If you're talking to your audience, you're trying to set a narrative. You're not. Your audience ain't even over here. Your audience somewhere else listening. So yes, I'm calling you out for trying to the narrative, talking to your audience about what I said instead of talking to me, nigga. I ain't you goofy ass fanboy ass niggas who he will sit there and play you niggas right there to your face, nigga. I'm gonna tell that nigga, bruh, don't be with me. I don't know. You over there live performing for your crowd, nigga. I know already, and you're gonna get called on it when I think you performing. Why is this goofy ass fanboy acting like you don't know what I'm talking about? Like I'm just simply sitting here acting crazy for no reason. Oh my God, Taz lost it. No, nigga. What are we talking about?
Wild boy, how the hell did you get to this situation? Where did this come from? This nigga got heated for nothing.
Well, that's what you calling nothing, bro, but you're not in a situation, right? So a lot of y'all fanboys, y'all don't go against these niggas, so y'all don't know what it's like being on the opposite side of somebody trying to weaponize an audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. And you here as a fan reviewing it. So you really don't get it. I get it straight, though. I get you straight. You know what I'm saying? Again, these niggas dumb. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wild about what I'm saying. I'm just letting this nigga know. And for real, you can't play with niggas like Tommy, which he already know. I already told him I ain't playing like that with you, dog. It's up, my nigga, as soon as you try some shit. And if you don't try some shit, everything good. There's no distinction between that. And Tommy knows that. I've told him that multiple times. If it's good, it's good. If it ain't, it ain't. As soon as you start doing some bullshit, nigga, we send it up. Like, what are we talking about?
You know, I guess I thought the conversation was going to be good. I thought it was going to be good. You're proven wrong every time.
Same thing. Every time I'm around you, you say the same thing. Every time he brings up my popularity. Every time.
Your show. You're hosting your show.
BT is hosting her show. Wait, okay.
And so again, instead of just saying the reality here, which is, yes, I'm hosting my show. Yes, I'm talking to my audience. He goes and starts talking about other people on the panel. Like I'm lying or some shit. Nigga, I'm not lying on you. You are talking to your audience. What's up with this goofy ass fanboy acting like he's not talking to his audience? This is crazy. I don't even think I'm saying nothing crazy here. This is not a point of contention, not at all. Like I was just saying, talk to me, don't talk to your audience. Like this is not even a point of contention for me, but I'm listening.
Sharon, how many people are hosting their show that's on the panel?
They're not trying to perform as they host. You're trying to perform. What you trying to perform?
What the hell is wrong with you?
A lot.
I can tell.
And I can
tell. This is wild. Yeah, he thinks this is normal while he's going around calling people stuff. And disrespected you.
It's not.
And no one's disrespected you. Even when you sit up here acting like.
And that is true. He didn't disrespect me. I don't like the way he's trying to play the conversation, but he didn't disrespect me. I don't like niggas playing the conversation though. You know what I'm saying? Just to be fair, he didn't disrespect me until after I disrespected him, which again, I don't mind saying I took the first shot. So fuck, yes, he did. Absolutely. Yes.
A dumb nigga.
You're attempting to.
How?
You start. If I'm talking to you and you talking to them, take it as disrespect, bro. You're supposed to be having a conversation.
Sorry, you can't have a conversation with somebody that ain't listening. Me and this said the exact same words. That not that it was not used, but it was used in a negative way then, and we turned it to later on in a positive way. And you keep saying it was used. We know it was used.
Right, it was used. Right.
I mean, that ain't our point.
Right.
And y'all calling the GOAT.
And like I said, you're pretending like the adjective was always there. There's not always an adjective to describe the person. Therefore, there's not always a negative context when nigga is used.
So I said the time where it was positively used. Show us in the wait, hold up. That logic was wild what you just said.
Based off of what you just said, because there was an adjective added to it, that means it hasn't always been used as a negative. Now, I'm not saying that it's always been used as a that would be my argument. I don't know that because I'm just following the logic. Based on what you just said, that means there's a time,
and I'm not saying that either. See, what I'm saying is that the part about it being normalized, I said it as a pejorative and negative, right? Or something to let you not forget where you come from. So when I talked about Godfrey Cambridge, when I talked, every time they use that word was to let you understand, I know you. I come from where you come from. That's what it meant. When they used to say, nigga, please, that was somebody being hoity-toity and above it. What's going on, Chalk? That was somebody being hoity-toity and above it. That's a fact. What I am talking about is in the 70s, it was normalized. Now, when people start talking about Sidney Poitier and Harry Belafonte and Sammy Davis, they was accepted by the white crowd. Frank Sinatra say, if you're not gonna let Sammy in, we not coming in. That's some more 70s shit. We got people right now that sit on panels and say, you niggas ain't never been shit. You always been slaves. Until you stop being a slave, don't talk to me about no leadership. That's a recent thing that's being talked about in this space. And here's the thing about me versus Taz. Taz is a debater. Let me tell you why I don't want to debate with you. Because I don't give a fuck about it. This is my opinion. This is my show. What I say over here, I stand on. Ain't shit about it gonna change. When what I said, and I ain't gonna change no matter who come around, is that it got normalized in the 70s. How did it get normalized, Nightish? It was everywhere. TV, movies, records, comedy. It was everywhere. So if I'm in the 70s hearing niggas ain't shit, nigga, please, what did you say, nigga? I ain't gonna let no nigga die, nigga. If I'm hearing that to death out of the mouths of black people, who normalized it? The rappers that came along later on and was imitating the 70s. Eazy-E had an afro. Why? He was imitating the 70s. Snoop Dogg got on a pimp suit and all this other stuff. Why? He imitating the 70s.
Was using the N-word, right?
Why would he bring white people into it? Why would he bring white people into it? How is this logical to bring white people into it, bro? Like, what are we doing? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But like, when I say you just complete, I was willing to listen because it sounds like he's talking directly to me.
Wait. Let me say this. Because it's the same people here. What's going on, American Tradesmen? What's going on, Angel Earth Love? And then Bomb and me are the same age. She's just a couple of months older than me. How can she come up here and say, I don't remember the 70s? I remember Morgan Freeman when his hair wasn't gray. Morgan Freeman used to be on a show and his name was Easy Reader. That's from the 70s. Starsky and Hutch had Huggy Bear. 70s. Beretta, 70s. Cannon, 70s. I didn't write no list. I can bark these things up. Barnaby Jones, 70s. Green Acres, 70s. Happy Days. Soul Train, Petey Green, what else from back there? Wolfman Jack. I'm Your Boogeyman. Earth, Wind, what? Why would I know? Again, January 25th, 1970. 1975, I'm 5 years old, walking to kindergarten. My big brother's taking me. That's 75. I went and saw Monkey Hustle when I was like 6. Matter of fact, let me see when Monkey Hustle came out. Told you who was in the movie. It's Yaphet Kotto, it's Rudy Ray Moore, and it's Debbie Morgan. Debbie Morgan was the first woman I fell in love with when I was hella young. Debbie Morgan played Angie on the soap operas. Her boyfriend name was Jesse. That's like from the 70s. It was Luke and Laura. It was Todd Bridges and Emmanuel Lewis was in there was Adopted Kids, Different Strokes, Soap, Benson. What? I don't remember the 70s. Three's Company, Benny Hill. What year did Monkey Hustle come out? '76. No, I'm not tripping. And because that was my point. We used to be hella young, just drifting around through Oakland. No, Chop. The conversation started off about who normalized the word. In the beginning, yes, you could say it was a pejorative. You mean when they was whipping us with whips? No, we're talking about the normalization of the word. And I explained, because I substantiated my argument, it was in TV, it was in movies, it was in music. I began this show showing you the beginning of Coonskin with Scatman Crothers singing the song, I'm a Nigga Man. I think Nina Simone got a song talking about nigga too. Give me a second. Nina Simone got a song talking. It was everywhere. Nina Simone. It doesn't have to be shown. Y'all on YouTube. You got to do is put in Nina Simone. Let me see. Nina Simone, Love You Nigga. And the story of OJ is that's a Nina Simone sample too. I don't remember it being called Love You Nigga though. I thought it was called something else. No. It wasn't called no Love You Nigga. It wasn't called Love You Nigga. What was it called? I put a spell on you. Oh yeah, the OJ song was For Women. I'm Sophronia, because Let Us See, Marshall Ambrosius, I think Kelly Price, I forget who the fourth person was, sang that what was it called? For Women. And what is the song I'm thinking about? Because I believe it was used in that what's that movie with what is his name? George Clooney. Feeling Good, Etta James, It's a Man's World. Why is it saying nigga by it though? Feeling Good, It's a Man's World, Crimea River. Yeah, I can't think of it right now, but I believe if it's not in that movie, it's a heist movie, and it's a Nina Simone. Is it Pierce Brosnan or George Clooney? Let me see something right quick. Nina Simone, Strange Fruit. That's her singing Billie Holiday. I put a spell on you, feeling good. Sinner Man. That's the song I'm thinking of. It's not Nigga Man. It's Sinner Man. Let me listen right quick. Yeah, Sinner Man. Wrong. I was wrong about that. It's Sinner Man.
Why would white people come into play? What I'm saying has absolutely nothing to do with white people using the word at all. None. Nothing. Nothing I'm saying applies to white people. What are we doing?
They didn't need the adjective for it to be used the way they was using it. So technically, we're saying when black people was using the same thing as white people using, just the word, they was using it like that. They were insulting you by calling you this thing. But because you're saying no adjective, I don't understand what you just, that logic did not connect. Just give us an example.
So it don't connect that the word alone is just a word alone, that the adjective is what makes it negative. That how is that speaking above anybody? Like I'm sure there are people listening now that know exactly what that sentence means. I thought people knew what an adjective was. Maybe using words that people don't know. Maybe that's the mistake I'm making here, is assuming that everybody knows what an adjective is.
Like, what's his name? Did a whole skit about it. His name is Richard Pryor. It wasn't positive.
You just want one example from the 70s?
Yeah, please. Where was positive? Yes, tell us where it was positive in the 70s.
And even with Richard Pryor, it's like, bro, like it's comedy. Like I don't like, and this is what I don't understand about that. Are you saying
and let me talk about this too. Richard Pryor didn't use it as a pejorative. Richard Pryor would say something like, I remember my daddy eating neck bones. And his daddy's eating the neck bones, and he's sucking the part out the middle of the neck bone and say, nigga, you can't miss this. You think when he was talking, because it's his daddy eating, talking to Richard. And he's saying, nigga, you can't miss this part in the middle. No, they're normalizing it. They're calling each other nigga. So they try to blame that. They try to blame it on the 80s. No. So it was a pejorative when your mama said little nigga child? Sit your little black ass down? That was a pejorative? No, what I was saying was I heard somebody say the 80s normalized it. No. And I'm not only referencing movies, whoever said that, I'm referencing documentaries, I'm referencing anecdotal experience, I'm referencing TV shows, I'm referencing records.
Comedy was negative.
And yeah, y'all support the channel. I appreciate y'all for being here. I need the watch hours, but you can support the channel in more ways than hitting the like button, because folks don't even be hitting the like button. And I think most of the people I see in this chat, I see all the time. The like button should be the easiest part. Let me look. How many people I got here? I got 28 people here and 15 likes.
Like, I'm lost. Is the comedy negative? Richard Pryor saying he ain't gonna say nigga no more don't mean shit. He had already been saying nigga forever. Saying I'm not gonna say nigga no more don't mean you ain't already been saying it and already put into to the community and normalized it, because Richard Pryor was popular and using nigga was popular. It was counterculture. And so it became normal to be used even outside of some stand-up comedy routine, which is why, again, I don't understand what we're talking about here. I'm not even here to
if people were anti the N-word, one of Richard Pryor's album is called That Nigga's Crazy. If they was anti the N-word, they wouldn't have bought that album. That's one of his most famous albums. He has his finger at his head like a gun, and the name of the album is That Nigga's Crazy. Charlie Murphy talks about him and his brother hanging out with Rick James. Charlie Murphy said, the reason why I used to love Rick James, because he was mad niggerish like me.
Word or no shit like that, but it's just the principle. You're lying to yourself. The word's usage is already normalized by the time I get old enough to hear it. That's what I'm trying to make sure we understand. That by that time, black people is niggas. by the time I'm 7 years old, by 83, 84, yeah, black people is niggas, bro. What are we talking about? Not no goddamn late 80s. By the mid 80s, niggas was normalized and used to the point where NWA just popped out with it, and motherfucker was like, y'all just gonna use it? Y'all just gonna do it like that? That's what we doing?
You want me to go find you one example? I'm asking, okay, hey, y'all see what he just does? I asked him 2 times in a row.
Yes, but I'm asking you, do you just want me to go get one example? And at that point, will you concede? Hey, this ain't that simple for me, fam. I don't feel like going dig shit up and looking for shit, but niggas gonna continue to argue after the evidence is shown. So I'm asking you, do you just want one example? It's that simple.
Just give me an example of when it was positive. He won't do it.
And I'm gonna have to go find you one.
You shouldn't have to find that shit. I didn't have to go find it.
I got to find, because
if it was so prevalent, you could know it. Yo, if it
now it's prevalent. I see how the goalpost continues to move. A new word has been introduced to the sentence. Now it's.
I'm saying it was prevalent in the 70s. Hollywood, music, and everyday people, anecdotal experience. And we gotta appreciate some of our actors and actresses that we don't be remembering. So if we go back to Friday After Next, Ice Cube and Mike Epps, Landlord is a Woman, where they say, why you always come up here with that wolf pussy? Now, that woman right there was on Good Times. Her boyfriend on Good Times was a pimp who paid JJ to make a painting of her. What did she call JJ when she saw that painting? And the pimp took JJ's pimp hat back, pimp coat back, pimp glasses back. I can think of too many things right off the top of my head. And I don't know when the last time I seen Good Times.
prevalent. Just understand what it is people are talking about here. I have read these comments in the comment section. I'm just questioning the legitimacy of even watching this video. I have not used the word prevalent. I never said or implied that it was prevalent in the 70s. Never once. But as I respond,
it was prevalent in the 70s, and it was normalized in the 70s. And I'm explaining records, movies, comedy, and in the street.
and say, okay, cool, I'll go get you an example. Now it's prevalent.
So prevalent, you know it.
Don't get scared now.
If it was so prevalent, you'd know it.
I didn't say prevalent. I didn't say prevalent.
This is what bomb. Isn't that what you and I were arguing?
That's a F-bomb.
And the way you do that, so we're at 35 minutes. The way you fix that is you go right here.
Just say you need to make a phone call to somebody, go find my video, hit the hype button. I would greatly appreciate it. But let's waste more time. Let's roll the clip.
Yeah, let's roll the clip.
In 5 minutes. It's something you never said to somebody before. You never said this. Because blacks didn't believe in saying it to each other. We didn't believe in saying it was what whites called blacks. We actually had some decorum before. They would stop having it. We said we want to use the same words that white people use.
Same time, so I say what no decorum.
No, I'm saying we would say, hey, why are we going to call the decorum is what I meant by this. We're not going to call ourselves, which was the argument about the nigger term. That's why Harry Belafonte and all them said we shouldn't be calling ourselves what they called us.
Now, here's the problem.
The reason why Harry Belafonte and them said that is because we were calling ourselves that. Checkmate. That's why it's good to have a rewind button, baby. The reason why they had to come out and say that because it was normalized. Harry Belafonte, Sidney Poitier, Sammy Davis, all of them was trying to usher in something called Black excellence. But if it wasn't normalized, why would they need to say we shouldn't be doing it if wasn't nobody doing it?
If you just arguing from a Harry Belafonte position, then cool. I would agree that the older generation probably didn't use it the way the younger ones did. But the younger generation was...
I just got through naming old people. Red Fox, Rudy Ray Moore, Richard Pryor. There go 3 for you. Scatman Crothers in the beginning of Coonskin in the 70s. Song is I'm a nigga man, watch me dance. We older people were using it.
Using
it. We made nigga very popular in the late 80s.
The late 80s, right?
Now, that's my argument. It was made popular in the 70s. The Mac is from the 70s. Superfly is from the 70s. That era of films were called blaxploitation films, and all of them used nigga.
He said we made nigga very popular in the late 80s. I'm saying it was already popular by the late 80s.
Or then you didn't do that either.
You right about
that.
No, you wouldn't just walk and call. No, you couldn't just walk up and call no man that as a black man without getting your ass whooped. It was not a term of endearment.
Yeah.
You couldn't walk up to a black man in 19
Cooley High. Go back and look. And I love, and see, that's the thing. All the people that be telling me about my movie references and whatever else, okay, y'all the geniuses. Talk about the books then. My understanding is that art reflects life. And sometimes life can reflect art. In the 70s, it was all throughout the art. And it was people using it. That's why in the late 60s, they coined the term black. That was James Brown and them. Birth certificates used to have on it Negro.
.79 and say nigga without getting your ass whooped. I'm calling cap. I'm calling cap.
Walk up to a nigga in the 70s. Walk up to somebody in the 70s and say this and not expect your ass to get whooped.
I mean, that's easy to say because it's not there in this moment, but I'm saying. Saying like we saw it used in the 70s. I made it into the 80s. It was used in the 70s freely. Right. Now you heard what I said. It was used freely in the 70s. And again, you know.
Wait a minute. I was agreeing that Donald Goins and Iceberg Slim had a field day with the word. But y'all know this very famous book called Huck Finn. What did Huck Finn call Jim? It was a word he used before Jim. He called him something Jim. Does anybody know the story of Huckleberry Finn? What was Huck Finn's friend called? Something Jim.
Wrote clips of it being freely used in the 70s. It was used freely in the 70s. I mean, there's no reason to lie about it, misrepresent. There's plenty of shows that had the word in it in all types of different contexts. So, you know, there's refuting that it was used.
Consider that we were probably all like children. I'm thinking about it that in the 70s. Like we wouldn't even understood what someone was really saying. Because I know I heard it. I just didn't understand what it meant, you know?
Yeah, I am old enough to know, right? So yes, we didn't call each other the N-word. I remember when they started wanting to make the
Mary tries to chime in and help him. We wasn't calling each other the N-word. Okay, I ain't talking about no women, but when women chime in to agree with Tommy ain't got no problem with it. Even when they wrong, don't know what they talking about. Tommy cool with it because Tommy just wants someone to agree. So if this was a woman disagree, he would be talking shit to her, but since she agrees, he cool with it.
N-word popular and a term of endearment, people was against that.
Yep.
The young black people was for it. The older black people was like, no.
Yep.
And so
right now, she just said what I just said. If the younger black people for it and the older black people are against it, but I would be closer to the younger people who are for it, which passed it down into the 80s. How am I wrong when I'm saying they were using it in the 70s? Now, she just said it, but somehow they're claiming the opposite, right? It's weird.
For it, the older black people was like, no.
Yep.
And so that was, and they even went on Oprah and all kinds of
sure
things.
did.
He went up to prove that we're going to make it a tournament of endearment. We saw that happened.
Because if you think about it, yeah, they came out and had to say, she's right, they came out and had shows.
How do you explain the exploitation era in this word being all over these movies freely? In
That was us. That was us. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Are you saying that was a term of endearment? Those movies, they would say, dumb nigga. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Or you just know the word, period. We know the word.
Yes. No, he's saying is we understood the word, but it was always used as a pejorative.
Right. So now the goalpost is being moved now, right? This is why it's odd looking at people in comment sections trying to judge what they call debates.
So the argument was who normalized it, and that it was older people telling younger people something. I was literally 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, hearing the word all the time. So you're saying that my parents wasn't old? Or the older people? People that was born in the 40s and 30s was young people in the 70s?
We're moving goalpost again. We already outside the original statement that was wrong. Now, another question is asked, and yes, when these terms are being used in these movies and shit, sometimes it's a positive. Sometimes it's an attempt to send a different message. When you're doing these movies,
yeah, they're positive and negative. But in Coonskin, they calling each other. When Richard Pryor's talking about his daddy eating a neck bone, he's saying his daddy is talking to him, talking about, nigga, you got to get the marrow out. You got to get the marrow out the middle. When he's telling a joke about craps and he rolling the dice and he say, nigga, I gotta get a tray 5. When he talking about rolling dice, he on his knees rolling dice around a bunch of other black people saying, nigga, 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 nigga.
Right. Like she said, we didn't say prevalent, Tommy. That was never on the table. That wasn't the topic. That wasn't the question. Why your goofy ass fanboy friend ain't jumping in to tell you that though? It's odd that they paying all this attention to me, fam, but he ain't gonna correct you right there when you're actually wrong.
Jesus Christ, this is crazy. Yo, this is insane.
No, you didn't. Please don't. Please, the next time that shit, please say keep me out of it, Mom. She ain't used the word prevalent.
She said yes. That's what we were saying.
Look at him. She said yes. That's what we were saying, but she didn't use the word. Nor was that the context. The conversation started with a blanket that it wasn't happening at all. That nobody used it. The goalpost has moved so far, and you can do this on a panel discussion, right? This ain't no debate. You can't move the fucking goalpost in a debate if the debater don't let you. Agreed with you.
No, this man is nuts.
If I go get you the examples, you change it to prevalent. So that
you got me the examples.
Why would I get them if you just changed it to prevalent? And this is what I'm saying. You got an audience of goofies watching you. This is why I'm telling you. First, it was, do you just want one example? When you realized I could provide the one.
What's going on, Dragonfly Jones? A lot of times, all we was doing was imitating the elders. And that's why I say when they try to put it on the 80s. So again, January 25th, 1970. By the 80s, I didn't listen to a whole bunch of Richard Pryor. I didn't sing Superfly. I didn't sing the Mac. I didn't sing Tar Baby. I didn't sing Trouble Man. I believe the movie is a documentary called Watts Stax. It's about Stax record. In that documentary, you have Ted Lange, who looked like a panther in that movie, who later on became Isaac on the Love Boat. But go back and look at that documentary and listen to how they talking to each other. We don't listen. I don't want to have no debates with nobody. This is just my opinion. And no matter how much you yell at me and tell me all this other bullshit, you're not going to change my mind. Not about this. Normalization means it's everywhere. And then this is what I love about Chalk. Chalk is saying, do some more work, nigga. Reviews require attention to details. The initial thing is who normalized it. That was the initial. That's why I rewound it back to the beginning. Who normalized it? They said it was normalized in the 80s. That's bullshit. Y'all do understand NWA is imitating revolutionaries, right? Niggas with attitude. A bunch of that stuff from those NWA albums is Parliament Funkadelic, James Brown, and blaxploitation references. But I'm not doing what Tommy is doing and all of them is doing. They having a multiple argument thing. No, they said who normalized it. Movies, TVs, and records and books. Iceberg Slim, Donald Goins, Huckleberry Finn, Good Times, Jeffersons. Are we serious? Sanford and Son.
An example, you tried to flip switch the language and say prevalent. So when I give you one example, you can say, well, that's not prevalent, but I caught you before I go get the example and call you on that. Now y'all get to play dumb. Are you kidding? Because again, if I just go show the one example that you claim you wanted, you change the context to, well, it wasn't prevalent. Stop you from getting them? But I asked you to. Right, but prevalent changes the context. No, I asked you to get them. You ain't got, why do you need to just get them? So there is no them. I said one. I said one. So how many is this? Just find me one. Just find me one. Yeah. Just find one. I got you. I'll get you one. Say less. I hate 7 shows for that reason. So I'm gonna go get you one. It won't take that long at all. Now, here's what I ran into, right? Because of the framing issue, I really wanted to get down to the bottom of the point I was asking in the first place. If you say nigga please, is that negative? I'm saying it's not. If they're saying it is, we're not gonna get anywhere. So that's where I'm confused.
Now, here's what nigga please meant. Nigga please meant 2 things that I know. It meant you're lying. And it also meant don't forget where you come from. How does nigga please mean don't forget where you come from? It's still referencing lying. So you went to college, you can articulate yourself a little bit better, you have nicer clothes, you moved out of the so-called hood, and then you come back telling your grandmama that raised 12 children, she wasn't educated and she was a slave. But she raised 12 children uneducated. How'd that work? And a lot of them on property and all this other stuff, how'd that work? Because she's supposed to be this dumb slave woman, right? So those conversations used to go on. And what was people reference to that? Nigga, please go sit your ass down somewhere. You're not better than anyone, even though you surpass them financially, education-wise. As OJ song reference, light nigga, dark nigga, rich nigga, poor nigga, still nigga. I'm not black, I'm OJ. I'm not black, I'm Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm not black, I'm Magic Johnson. I'm not black, I'm Shaquille O'Neal. Money don't unblack you.
That if the word does not have an adjective there, what does it mean? Is it negative to just say nigga please? You know what I'm saying? Again, and if you can't answer that, then I'm confused. That's got shit. I hate those.
Right. I'm saying the same thing. Like, why does an adult constantly keep calling grown men bitch?
You niggas ain't gonna do. He ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit.
I don't know. I'm guessing
that's why.
What?
That's why.
Stupid.
I don't know why you're reading that out loud. Don't read it out loud.
I wanted to.
Want that.
Wait a minute. Because I wanted to, and you ain't gonna do shit about it. Well, no. Same thing you said. I wanted to, and you ain't gonna do shit about it. Because I wanted to, and you ain't gonna do shit about it. Same thing.
Enough to do.
No. Because I wanted to, and you ain't gonna do shit about it. That's why I read it. That's why I talked to my audience. Because you can't do shit about it.
Right. So why act like I wasn't making a point when I said you're talking to your audience? Yeah, I know I can do shit about it, but why did you play games like you weren't talking to your audience?
You can't do a thing, but be that sad and upset.
Complaining. You called me a name.
That's the question. I just wonder.
I just want to say that you'll be able to find where, like, the comedians, like Red Fox, and those using the.
Let me read these real quick.
Right, so now she comes right back and says Red Fox, other comedians are using the N-word.
right? So I'm trying to understand how that doesn't make my point as I go to look for a simple clip. I just don't understand it. If the comedians are using it in the 70s and become a norm, it's part of the everyday lexicon because multiple comedians are using it. Where exactly am I wrong at in what I'm saying? Because again, are you saying the comedians are negative? Is comedy negative? Is people laughing at a negative? Like, what are we doing? What exactly are you arguing when you use the comedians in this light?
And let's stay right there for a minute. So Richard Pryor is using the word nigga to death, right? And selling our shows. If the people of that time, because those would have been my parents, looked at it as a negative, why would Richard Pryor shows be sold out? Eddie Murphy put out a movie just recently where he lived the life of Rudy Ray Moore. Rudy Ray Moore went on the street to bums and alcoholics and drug addicts and listened to them and became this character named Dolomite. Dolomite used nigga like it was going out of style. Did Dolomite get rich? Sell out? Or what are we talking about? If you right now, here's an example. I give y'all a current reference of some nigga shit. I'm asking audience, support the channel, y'all. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, hit the Venmo. Just recently, audience, we got 35 people here. Drewski hosted the BET Awards. Drewski, this is a question about morality because all y'all super moral. Drewski said, Young Miami's Spin That is the song of the summer. When they played a clip from Spin That at the BET Awards, did you see all them black people jump up? Here's what Spin That says. Where all my scamming ass niggas at? All my boosting ass bitches at? Go in your Goyard bag. Can the average person afford a Goyard bag? Yeah, it's catchy, huh, Chuck? It's catchy. So when I see these sisters pop up, and I've been paying attention to them, what's up, SD? I listen to the women say, how are y'all making that song popular? Think about our kids. And then she said, think about Young Miami. Young Miami was just talking about getting pissed on, helping Diddy traffic women, grape them, beat them. And I want to say this for everybody that's listening. I think Diddy wrote that song. I thought Dragonfly been here forever. He just popped up. Is he saying goodbye? Because he been here. I've been said what's up to Dragon. Let me see. Oh no, he just got here at 4:47. Okay. Support the show, hit the like button. And then she made a little money pile and put Nightish One. But it's also paypal.me/IDL. And it's also at Nightish One for the Venmo. So you could do the Cash App, what is $KNIGHT, or you can do the PayPal, which is paypal.me/IDLNO, or you can do the Venmo, which is at Nightish One. They all work. You just gotta spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit.
I'm arguing that was more promo for the word. That's what made the shit more cool to say. That's what made it so people would embrace the word more because they heard Richard Pryor. Like, this is crazy.
Kim West, what is Tommy Gold? Thank you so much, Mom. What is Tommy Gold and talking down on wigs? I will argue women wear more wigs than they did when he started 20 years
And these
ago.
women so goddamn weird. That woman in the comment section of this video talking shit about me, but she got an issue with Tommy. These people weird as hell, fam. Like, I don't understand these people. Like, some of them be fanned out, want to just be next to a motherfucker. I don't know if they're like fans of Tommy and they do that weird ass shit. Hate watchers. They hate me more than Tommy. I don't know, fam. That shit weird as hell.
You want to answer
that? Actually, not yet. You can. There's only two more. Actually, Virgo Plains during the 1980s.
Let me have this discussion right here with my good brother. One of the coolest names in this YouTube space is Dragonfly Jones' cousin. Let me hit this right here. We want to highlight this comment. Shout out to Dragonfly Jones' cousin. I was saying what's up to the layer, OG. I appreciate you. Dragonfly Jones' cousin. These people been here with me for like 4 years. I appreciate them watching. I guess that helps with retention. But I need some paper. And I would think people that's been there for 4 years would support the situation. Chalk comes here every morning to tell me about my inadequacies. When it comes to reviews, you have to pay attention to details. I haven't done that the whole time I've been reacting. See, you said review. I'm not a review channel. I'm reacting. I'm acting as if I'm on that panel. The reason why I haven't dropped the link, because I don't want nobody to interrupt what I'm saying. Because sometimes I'll drop the link in the beginning of the show because it's like, okay, we're just going to have some fun. The reason why I didn't drop the link today is because, no, I'm saying what the fuck I'm saying. And sometimes I'm saying what the fuck I'm saying, period. Now, somebody else can come on the panel and give their perspective. That's cool. We're here to have opinions. But what I'm not going to do is debate with you because I don't give a fuck. That's what you think. And that's okay for you to think what you think. But no, Chalk comes up here every day to talk to me about inadequacies. I'm over there talking on Sharon panel because Sharon says he welcomes me over there. So I pop up every now and then. And I'm just saying my opinion. I don't want to debate. I don't give a fuck about what a negative motherfucker got to say about me. That's why I don't want to debate with him. Niggas ain't shit. That's what you think? Cool. Stay right there. You ain't never gonna have no nigga child? Cool. Stay right there. I don't want to change your mind at all. Do all of the shit. So I'm over there talking, and then the ex-work wife want to bark at me. I don't give a fuck about what she says, period, ever. You ain't never heard me sit over here and go, oh, she said, no. And all you niggas that get excited about it, that woman is a grown woman. She could do whatever the fuck she want to do. Why do you even give a shit about what she's saying at all, period? And I think that's what people be getting fucked up over here about me. When I'm talking, I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. And then you have people go, it's not all about you, Nidus. To me, it is. Why the fuck would it be about you? Because to you, it's all about you. That's why you talking to me like I'm your motherfucking son. So I just got the same energy. I don't give a fuck about nothing you saying. That's why I talk like this. Because it is not a community. You don't look at me like your brother, like your cousin, like your uncle, like your man. You look at me like some nigga. And you worse than them white folks. Respectfully. And I know you look at me like that. And I can tell by the fucking way you talk to me. And I do not have it fucked up. I've been understanding of that since I was like, shit, how old was I? 70 still. I had to be like 7. 7 or 8. 7 or 8, somewhere in there. I've been understanding that since I was like 7 or 8. I am not confused at all about motherfuckers who spend all their energy talking about it's something about me that they don't fuck with. Now here's me. There's not something about you I don't fuck with. I just know how dangerous you motherfuckers are. I love my people. I'm still living in the fucking ghetto. When the tenants moved from here June 1st because they said it's shooting going on and this. So where you gonna go where it ain't happening at? Saliandro, Hayward, Stockton, Bakersfield, Fresno. Where you gonna go where it ain't happening at? I hear people talking about Detroit, Cincinnati, Chicago, New York, Connecticut, Mississippi. Where you gonna go where it ain't so-called nigga shit happening? The song back in the days used to say, nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. You got to submit to the God. You got to submit to the Son. You just have to accept that I'm a granule. I'm insignificant in the grand scheme of things. But what I don't want to do is be the ugliness. I don't want to be low frequency. Y'all take this shit seriously. And I always love the CeeLo song. I remember when I lost my mind. It was something real special about that day. Losing your emotions has an echo and so much space. Does that make me crazy? Better stop living in your emotions because you're going to always be easily triggered. You got to be able to wiggle out and think. But you got to have, good weapons to think with. You think I'm up here arguing against Bomb Cherry? I like Bomb Cherry. I'm not arguing with her. She has her perspective. It's some like feminist, everything goes, laissez-faire type shit. And that's a grown-ass woman. She can think whatever the fuck she want to think. I don't want to debate with her, though. I like her. People always give me, oh, you got a problem with me. You think, I'm indifferent. I don't give a fuck about you. Why do you believe you that fucking important in my life? They about to kick me out my motherfucking house. You think I give a fuck about some person on this fucking YouTube streets that's trying to have an argument with me? I don't want to argue with none of you people. Every morning, it's about, well, this is the way you're supposed to do this. Get a channel and show me how to do it then. That's not what my channel is. My channel is before I die, this is what I feel about it. This is a feelings channel. This is how the night feels about it. Period. It ain't nothing more than that. If you know something more, kudos. It is not going to change the way I feel about it. No, Dragon, you cool. But yeah, on my channel, it's about me. I'm telling you about how I feel about it. Now, you can come up here and talk about the way you feel about it. I'm not going to cut you off. As y'all seen, Ruthless Truth goes on tangents. I don't cut him off. Lord ADS can go on a tangent. I don't cut him off. Ray Midnight can come up here and go on a tangent. I don't cut him off. What's her name? It's My Time came up here and said I was doing something to her. Listen, I appreciate that y'all come here and give me the retention. And life is fucked up and can't nobody support the channel. Except a few. Shout out to them few. They know who they are. But why is the loudest will the people who ain't never sent a Buffalo nickel or a Canadian dime? They got the loudest damn voice. Chalk had Stanley send some money for her. But she's the loudest voice. Write the most comments. I don't be trying to alienate people, but I want people to understand. I'm not going to read something and do a deep dissertation, because the shit that I do up here right now is time consuming. You want me to do more stuff when you ain't sent me a red penny? You want to be the loudest voice and you ain't never done nothing? That's why I can't have my emotions attached to it. I just have to understand that every single time that person comes around, and let me make sure. Chalk still has her wrench. This is niggas for you. Give me a wrench. I'm gonna talk shit to you every time I come up to this bitch. I'm gonna talk about how inadequate you are every time I come up to this bitch. Stanley paid for that shit forever ago. She still got the wrench and still talking shit. You can't make this shit up. This is niggas for you. Now I'm going to ignore her.
Term coon was used as an extremely offensive anti-black slur. Argue with Google. Chicago-rilla, get 5 wildest wake-up show memberships. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can get another 5 memberships so we can get 10 for the day. That would be awesome. Somebody can provide that. All one at a time. We Are Black Nation. Was William O'Neal a coon or no? Go ahead, Bob. I interrupt you. We go back to
William O'Neal. Definitely was a coon.
I just want to say, so you will be able to find where, like, Red Fox would say the N-word, and although, you know, the black comedians would say the N-word, but in our community, those were fighting words. You know,
like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand how you get both sides of the argument. If they're being said and it's normalized as being said, or they also fighting words, it's crazy.
and the elderly people definitely didn't like that. So we wasn't using those terms back then. But the reason Red Fox became so big is because of those words that we're using that you in society. You know what I mean? That's why there was
in society. We are talking about a culture.
And there is the episode where Red Fox was at court and he used it. There's an episode where he's in a hospital and he has a black doctor and used it. I named all of these. I don't have to look them up. I remember them. And I ain't seen Sanford Son in I don't know how long. Red Fox has an unforgettable face. I see. The crazy thing about me is I see people that look like people, and I go, that motherfucker look just like a young Red Fox. Or that dude look just like Richard, or that, and it don't have no relationship to him or nothing at all. Like back in the day, we are so much like sheeple. I'm gonna reference something. Keith Washington, Eddie Murphy, and Clifton Powell. Keith Washington when he did Candlelighting You with Shantae Moore. Look at his hairstyle. Eddie Murphy when he did Boomerang. Look at his hairstyle. Clifton Powell. They used to think that them three dudes was the same dude. Dark, the slick back, processed hair, little. They all had a black. They all had a similar look. Another thing, I be talking to people, I be like, "Do you know Caribbean Queen?" And listen to the music. Isn't that Billie Jean? Billie Jean, Caribbean Queen. Listen to the music. Isn't that both the same music? Dun 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 dun. That's Caribbean Queen and Billie Jean. Like I was telling somebody that Lady in My Life is Lady in My Life. It's Albie Shure's Night and Day. It's Immature's the song that Tell Me Is It Love This Time. and I don't listen to these songs all the time. I can just hear it.
Not in society. We are talking about the people who watch Red Fox, the people who watch Richard Pryor. What do they take from it and do with it? Not society. We talking about niggas. What society?
Ray Moore and many more, they use the N-word constantly, and that's what makes them funny.
They used it.
That's what normalized it. Now you making the point. Rudy Ray Moore, Iceberg Slim, Donald Goins, Blaxploitation Films, Starsky and Hutch. That's what normalized it. That's the 70s. Yeah, I got to ignore Chalk because Chalk is close. You know, it's disturbed people in these YouTube streets. It's disturbed people in these YouTube streets. I don't want to be disturbed also. So I have to, you know, protect my energy. I don't want to be low frequency with Chalk. I say good morning to Chalk. I try to stay positive with Chalk. And she just write sentence after sentence of fuckery. Chalk does it. Reese does it sometimes. Sugar Bum does it sometimes. Sin 7 Sin does it sometimes. It's like, I don't know. Shout out to the motherfucking shout outs though.
Thank you for the money. Cheese, Betty, the dough. Buddha, scratch, Skrilla, paper.
Thank you to Stan Autry for supporting the show. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I don't want to mess people energy up. I don't, because I'm up like late at night when I do this stuff. So I'm like right before Sharon come on. I don't want to mess up your energy. I don't want to be negative to you. I don't want to be low frequency to you. But y'all a lot of energy vampires.
Constantly, and that's what made them funny. So that's why I said this is crazy, because I understand how they're arguing against me while laying out the foundation that it's being used, and that every time it's being used, that using right now is comedy. Is this negative comedy?
They use the N-word constantly, and that's what makes them funny. Because in real life, you couldn't. So that's why you're gonna be able to pull up.
Yes. In real life, you couldn't. In real life, you couldn't.
This is what he's saying. Let's play it. Go ahead, play it, because I know this one.
And we're not gonna get no. You don't think we're gonna get no?
Oh well, you gonna get. It's gonna stop making you money. They're gonna get claimed.
Yeah, I don't need to play it now that they're acknowledging that it was said.
No, but I can tell you what.
I don't even need to play it. Now that it's been acknowledged, I don't even need to play the shit. I mean, y'all acknowledging that the word is being used in all different types of comedy, and that's all I'm trying to make y'all understand. That it's not. It's like young people just started repeating the shit. It wasn't like
because it was in the movies, because it was in the music, because it was on TV shows. Like people want to say, her name wasn't Estelle Roll, her name was Esther Roll. Okay, you know who I'm talking about, Florida Evans from Good Time. You got so many black people that want to correct you. If somebody said whatever and I heard them and I'll be like, oh yeah, I know what they're talking about. I want to fix your words, police. Nice, we know you old man. You 56, you up late at night, you doing hours of shows, whatever else. Get a job, nigga. I'm like, damn, why so mean? Energy vampire, miserable motherfuckers. I just got through saying hello to you. I just got through saying good morning to you.
Like a super bad word. It's a white person that said it to you, and I'm not gonna act like I don't know who's saying this. Like this is a word that white people can't say to me. But I don't, again, fam, like you telling me shit changed from 79 to 83. I don't believe that. And like I said, the earliest I can remember, that word was never this horrible term like, oh my God, I can't believe you said nigga.
I remember Richard Pryor used to make fun of himself. And, you know, white people call guys whose name was Richard, Dick. And Richard would go into his little, you know, voice. You go, they just don't think you're funny, Dick. I get the feeling like that when I don't get no support on the show. They just don't fuck with you, Nightish. Not like that,
I tell you what his joke was right now.
I just want to understand, but Sharon, do you see what just happened?
I never said they didn't say. Oh my God, Sharon, did I say?
I know niggas got.
Sharon, did I say it was never said?
Now niggas know.
You said that in the 80s it was normalized. And what I think Taz is saying is, which I'm saying, it was normalized in the 70s. By the very people y'all said that didn't want to. Wasn't Richard Pryor and Harry Belafonte contemporaries? Wasn't Bill Cosby fighting with Richard Pryor for dirty comedy? Now, Richard Pryor's predecessor was Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy has a joke called Flim Flam Filth, where Bill Cosby called him and told him his act was too dirty. Richard Pryor said, is they paying you for it? Right? So understand where this is taking place at. This is Bill Cosby and Richard having a thing, because initially when Richard came out, he was trying to do Cosby. But you know when he was trying to do Cosby? In the 60s. And then right about that time, the hippies jumped off, which I think is about 68 or something, when those fires was happening and Richard Pryor had to get on stage and said, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. So yes, a lot of people other than Richard Pryor and Red Fox and Rudy Ray Moore and Petey Green and all these other people, I named a bunch of names, not just Richard Pryor, not just Red Fox, not just Yaphet Kotto, not just Godfrey Cambridge. I'm naming a bunch of names. Yes, there were some people there that didn't agree with it. Sidney Poitier, Harry Belafonte, few of them. But it was already normalized. That's why they were saying we should strive for black excellence, because it was already there. And the kids just repeated what the adults did.
Never say it was never said.
Something you know.
I said
you didn't know what's wrong.
Thank you. This thing is stupid.
I didn't like it. I just made it, but he just literally acknowledged it. And you're proving yourself wrong when you keep saying it was you.
And good morning to Stan the Man, and good morning to Red Pill Crip.
This is weird to me. It was used in the 70s. You got Aunt Esther talking about nigga, please. I don't see that as negative. I'm sorry.
Aunt Esther said, nigga, what did you say?
You have to show me where nigga please is negative and it's some type of negative context on black people. Blah, blah, blah. Nigga please is nigga please. There's nothing negative about it. There's no connotation in my opinion. Now, if you see something different, tell me. But that in itself was enough.
But even before that clip came out, I mentioned Red Fox, I mentioned the comedians. So you didn't give me that information. And
Dan, that's crazy. I'm sitting here talking about how much I don't like Richard Pryor and how much I don't like 70s comedy. So if anybody would not know or not have an actual problem with telling you fuck that comedy is me. But for some reason they're trying to make it seem like that comedy was a negative. And I don't agree. I just don't think you can move that comedy that was loved, appreciated, laughed at as a negative, all while all while telling me I'm tripping for saying the word was accepted within black people and black culture. Because again, I ain't really arguing society. I don't know why she threw society in there. And again, I don't know why our host here ain't jumping in. It seems like you got some issue with me. That's crazy. Yeah, I know them. I mean, them y'all people, fam. I'm not really a comedy person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really a comedy person. I don't really like all of that comedy, especially like the 70s shit. I think they was doing too much. But with that being said, I'm trying to understand how you disconnect all of that from.
And then as far as like the comedy from back then. So if we take Richard Pryor, for example, I say go look at a movie that I think is embellished. They couldn't show you the real, but look at what they did show you about Richard Pryor's life in Peoria. Grandmama running a brothel. Mama was one of the prostitutes. Daddy was extremely violent. Then he gets to Hollywood and get a bunch of money with the childhood traumas, and they give him cocaine and white women. So all that was a trauma bond. And through all that time, he was saying nigga this and nigga that. It was a bunch of people of color packing them auditoriums, concert halls. If it was not accepted by older people, how did he become successful? Richard Pryor and Paul Mooney used to do a thing where they used to try to trigger white people and make them leave them shows. Don't believe me. I believe Pryor got some stand-ups on here. I forget the name of the one where he's in a small little club and he's digging in his nose talking about how much he like his boogers and he eats his boogers. And then they should just get up and start walking out once he get into his bag. Well, I don't have to listen to this. Paul Mooney used to like to do it too. It's not successful until they piss one of them off.
'88, '87, like that comedy is loved and appreciated. Like I said, I'm in the minority when it comes to Richard Pryor and Red Fox and all of them. Like everybody loved them, and I love them as part of black culture and black history. But I don't believe their product was beneficial to the community. Now, having said that, I'm acknowledging what it was they were saying when I say that. They the main ones that made it cool to say nigga. It made it acceptable to say nigga. So to say always a negative is wrong, especially when it's being used in comedy skits repeatedly.
Would say that it was not a term of endearment like we do today, and that's entertainment.
And even in that clip, it wasn't a term of endearment. That's why I said, let me tell him what that clip was. It wasn't. He's telling the joke. He said, "It's enough niggas ain't make a Tarzan movie." What the f*** is that positive?
He didn't say. I mean, for me, that's still using the term. I don't even know if there's a positive or negative on that. But listen to what I said. That at all. That's not what he said in that clip.
What did he say? What did he say?
Ain't no niggas in here.
You gotta be careful that will take away your monetization.
No, okay, you know what? I'll roll the dice. I'm willing to figure out what he said. Give me a second. Here we go.
Why don't you arrest some white rappers? I do. You do? Well, where are they? Look at all these niggas in here. Look around here. There's enough niggas in here to make a Tarzan movie.
That wasn't a term endearment. That was him just saying the word. Nothing about that was in terms of endearment. Taz, do you believe just saying the word is a term of endearment?
Yes. Like, why is this so difficult? Yes. I'm confused in a motherfucker. Yes. I mean, I would love to just simply have the conversation. You talking to me directly like you know me or some shit. Yes, nigga. Yes. See, I'm endearing you. Just because I ain't say brother, just because I said yes, nigga. Just because I say yes, brother. Yes, king. Like the fuck? Yeah, God. Yeah, B. Yeah, son. Like the fuck is going on, man? What's up with these goofy ass, low IQ ass niggas? Yeah, done. What are we talking about? Nigga replace all of them. Or it could be goofy ass nigga. See how it just changed? I just changed the context. Now I'm being negative. Dumb ass nigga, slow ass nigga, remedial ass nigga, follower ass nigga. I mean, the context can change that quick. I'm just saying.
terms of endearment. Taz, you believe just saying the word is a term of endearment? You know, a term of endearment is like sweetie or honey or like brother. This is what Taz does not understand because Taz partakes in this thing. Niggas don't use that word as a term of endearment. Like almost today, even when you think about it, niggas using things as a term of endearment, they're just using the word just to replace words. They're just saying it. A term of endearment is literally like a close thing. Like my brother. You're supposed to feel some type of love and warmth from it. Like a term of endearment was like rich homie Quan. Say it right, motherfucking nigga. That sounds like term of endearment. It kind of.
Yeah, this ain't really my type of crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like that was kind of weird right there. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. But I don't know, but like that was weird. Like you singing the YG song and you mumbling it and you doing a lot, bro. You doing a lot, gang.
They're just using the word just to replace words. They're just saying a term.
Yes, nigga. We just say nigga. Like what the fuck, nigga? No, I'm just using it to replace words. No, it's always used to replace words. You ain't never heard a nigga use nigga in a sentence 5 times unnecessarily, nigga. I hate these goofy ass dudes, these new guys. Like want to get on the internet and play dumb. The fuck?
Endearment is literally like a close thing. My brother. You're supposed to feel some type of love and warmth from it. Like a term of endearment was like rich homie Quan. Like say I'm right. That sounds like term of endearment. It sounds like it. The way he said it and the way niggas say it, it's not a term of endearment. It's just niggas saying words. It's like gang.
But you just like again, as you sit here and say the way niggas say it. The way niggas say it, it's a term of endearment as a standalone word, is it not? If it wasn't, you wouldn't just be used freely in your sentences as you talk, goofball.
That sounds like term of endearment. It sounds like it. The way he did it and the way niggas say it is
the way niggas say it. Who are you talking about? You talking about a bunch of people you don't like? Are you being negative right there? Like, how do you not understand my point? Are you being negative right now when you say it? Was that a negative framing of it? I'm trying to be clear here in my understanding.
A term of endearment. It's just niggas saying words. It's like gang. Think about what 607 Unk be saying. It's like, what you doing that for, gang? Gang? It's not a term of endearment. It's just replacing words. Niggas replace words because their vocabulary is terrible, which I don't think I should just take shots at niggas because my vocabulary is wild and not in a good way. But at least I'm honest. I'm honest.
Tell us what said. He should be jealous.
Yeah, he just said ain't no niggas in here. Look at all these, and he said, look at all these niggas, and it wasn't done. They didn't show any.
What you just say? No, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, you crazy, nigga. No, I'm crazy. I wanted him to show the clip, but I was trying to do some bullshit right here, trying to get him to show the clip. But I didn't think we was gonna have to come back and.
Yeah, it was a bunch of black people in there. He says enough niggas in here to make a Tarzan movie. What he's saying is that it's like we're in Africa. These references aren't that difficult because he's saying it some kind of way you want to make it negative. He's just saying that it's a lot of black people in here. Can you make a Tarzan movie with a bunch of white people? It's just saying nigga instead of saying black. When he said it's enough niggas in here to make a Tarzan movie, did any of them black people get up and stump him? Because he just insulted all of them, right? When he called them that, right?
Viewing, so I won't be trying no more shit like that. But let's listen.
Second again. That's not wow. He was.
Ain't no niggas in here.
That will take away your monetization for.
No, he can tell us what he said. He should be able to tell us.
Yeah, he just said ain't no niggas in here. Look at all these.
That will take away your monetization. That will take away.
Oh, man.
I was trying to do some bullshit right here, trying to get him to show the clip. But I didn't think we was gonna have to come back and review it, so I won't be trying no more shit like that. But let's listen.
Second again. That's not wow. He was.
I see Bubba Bexley. I see Grady. It's nothing but black people in there. That lady in that red dress, everybody in there is black. In fact, I don't see one white person except a bailiff. That whole little group right there, those 4 men, Bubba and Grady and them other 2, those are all Fred's friends. The people behind them, those folks are black. These 2 ladies, the red and blue, that they black. The dudes behind him look like, I see afros. And I see some conks.
Ain't no niggas in here.
That will take away your monetization for
No, he just tells what he said. He should tell us.
Yeah, he just said ain't no niggas in here. Look at all these, and it wasn't none. He said, look at all these niggas, and it wasn't none. They didn't show any.
It was Jesus Christ. He was so wrong. You were so wrong.
Because it was negative. So he, the black man, said, ain't no niggas in here? Sweet. Because
there was nobody there. Empty room.
Oh, okay. I never seen the clip. I thought that's what you
Right,
said.
it was an empty room for 15 seconds of the clip. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm having a little fun with it because 15 seconds of the clip.
Let me see. What's going on, Yakub? Because I've been accused of not saying hello to people, which is some more try to drain somebody's energy, do some work for free. My dear, you don't know me very well. Oh, let me respond to Rapid. I'm broke. Rapid one. I'm a poor man. People that lead the hood get money. This all I know, and I don't got no money. Okay, so yeah, I just spoke to everybody. What's going on, TB Trucking?
Is the empty room, and then the last 2 seconds they show in, you know what I'm saying? But he just showed the clip, y'all see it. You know what I'm saying? That was the context. Like the first 15 seconds, there is nobody in there. They showed it empty, and then they showed it this. But I didn't get to, like, I was trying to set some stuff. I failed right. I blew it. You know what I'm saying? But Tommy called himself going crazy. I was hoping somebody would just show the clip. That way we could get down to the bottom of it, because again, I still don't get their framing. They moved the goalposts. All I was trying to say was 70s, nigga was normal. Stop making it abnormal. Now we all down in the rabbit hole talking about clips. At the point was like, this is crazy. Like,
But
there was no negative connotation on it, point, which is what the point he was initially making, which I thought you were agreeing with. Now it's like y'all taking his back saying, well, they were saying nigga in the 70s. It did happen, but not the way you say it. I can swear that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. That you're literally now acknowledging not only is it being said, it's said in comedy, but in the comedy, you got to take the comedy and look at it as a negative, because that's what y'all saying. When initially it was nobody used it in the 70s to embrace, or a term of endearment is the term y'all using now. That's where we started at. That's what you were saying.
the N-word been around since slavery and probably before that.
Yes. I know, so I don't understand what's happening right now.
We said that we turned it literally into a thing where we were saying it in a where it was supposed to be a term of endearment. That was a new thing that old people didn't understand, because it never was prior to that. I can't believe y'all are saying it. Go say nigga to your grandmama.
And roles accomplished.
Go say nigga to your grandmama. I mean, I don't know, fam. Contextually, that don't sound right. I mean, my grandma said nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if you can go back and say nigga to your grandma. Like what context would you be saying nigga to your grandma in? Like, you know what I'm saying? I get like before my grandma passed, and you know what I'm saying, I was older and whatnot. I'm pretty sure when I was talking to her, I said these niggas or this nigga, that nigga. Like, I'm pretty sure that wasn't like one of the things I avoided saying. I don't recall that. But now you can't just walk up and say, granny, my nigga, or granny, niggas got me fucked up out here. Like, I don't. You know what I'm saying? There's a context to use it in with granny. Like, I miss my granny.
Yeah. It's extremism for extremism. What just happened right here? A whole quote disappeared. Let me look. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna jump forward a whole lot a bit.
And I'm crashing out because these new terms being introduced aren't being considered new terms. When have I used any of that language? And to be honest, that's not the language we started with. That's not where we started at. I understand, but that's just not where we started.
Someone said it once. That's insane.
You literally just told me to pull up. You told me to pull up.
Oh my God, this man is crazy.
No, I just put the earliest documented recording. That's just for.
And what did he say? Give us the usage of the word. What was the usage of the word when he said it?
Hold on. Here's what we're gonna do. So now we got the first person that posted up, and now so we know who the first person is, and also we could go with who started making it a normalized wording, and we could have that conversation as well. Because what we are saying, those are two different times. The first person that said it first, when it became a normal thing for majority rappers, I'm still saying it. So now we can move it to
mainstream.
The majority. Okay, now we can move it to the majority. That's fine. So
yeah, but that's a different conversation. Mainstream was not my conversation. See how they just tried to reframe the whole conversation now?
Sanford and Son was written by Norman Lear from a show from the UK. It was mainstream. Richard Pryor sold out arenas and did movies, big movies. He was mainstream. All those names we referenced. Petey Green, who ended up owning TV One and Radio One. His wife now owns it. Was mainstream. He brought Howard Stern on his show. Howard Stern was in blackface. Don Cheadle did the movie about the life of Petey Green. It was called Talk to Me. Mainstream. All of this stuff we're talking about. Iceberg Slim, Donald Goins, blaxploitation films. Blaxploitation films saved Hollywood. Mainstream.
Mainstream? What? The conversation was not about mainstream. The conversation was, were we using it in the 70s as a term of endearment? Was it? And I said, yes, it was a regular term. It had whatever connotation you put on it. The word standalone by itself don't mean shit. So whatever adjective you use is how it notes how the word is received. That's what I said at the beginning of this conversation. How did the context of the conversation change? Unless you need to change it for fucking Tommy. That's why I call them fanboys, nigga. Since when did the conversation be mainstream? Because the one time it was said, I questioned it then when I think that was Baum that said that. Something about in society. It's like who said about society? This was about the black community using it with each other. Remember, Tommy said, if you said nigger to a black man back in the 70s, he'd knock you out. If you said nigger. Now this goofy ass motherfucking channel holder here forgets that this clip started with Tommy said, if you say nigger to a black man in the 70s, he gonna knock you out. And don't you agree with that dumb shit? Now the conversation is about the word being mainstream.
Just move the conversation forward. So now, in the majority sense.
Good morning, JT.
When do you say it happened, Tommy?
That's what I believe it was late 80s.
Or we can just move the conversation forward. So now, in the majority sense, when do you say it happened, Tommy?
Oh, that's what I said. I believe it was late 80s, early 90s is when they just started saying, let's make this work. Because you used to have to rap, and you didn't rap nigga with everything. Now, nigga's the end of the sentence. Nigga is so... Like, thank you, dear. Niggas the end of a sentence.
Population late 80s, early 90s.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Black Wall Street odds. Time to reverse engineer the black dysfunction economy. Start with Black Wall Street odds, not a goofy. Shout out to Black Wall Street odds.
This one, your woman just said, I'm disconnected from the black experience. See? So you just told me I said one. You keep having people that say the black experience is this degenerate experience, and I'm disconnected from it.
Everybody.
So I agree with Tommy and BC mentioned it in the 90s, right? The late 80s, 90s. The first person I really heard it with was like everybody would bump into it was Jay-Z, and he would say something like "nigga who, nigga what," you know.
NWA, Niggas with Attitude, had a song called Wouldn't You Like to Be a Nigga Too? Coming straight out of Compton, a motherfucker named Ice Cube from a gang called Niggas with Attitudes was before Jay-Z. When Ice Cube was saying that, Jay-Z was with a dude named Jazzo, and Jay-Z used to rap like this. Jay-Z didn't get the cool swagger and style until Big L came around. And then he became a biter, not a writer. So when you listen to Jay-Z back then, he'll use a Snoop Dogg lyric. He'll use a Biggie lyric. When the Remy's in the system, ain't no telling will I diss him. That's what they be yelling. I'm a pimp. That's Biggie. But Jay-Z said that with Pharrell and give it to me. Give me that stuff. Slim with the tilted brim. That's Snoop, but Jay-Z said it. You can go on YouTube and put in Jay-Z, I'm a biter, not a writer. And you can hear all the different references and styles and everything he took from other people. And in Jay-Z's era, DMX was the man. People can just, shape history to be whatever you want it to be. In the 70s, the N-word was normalized.
Yeah, just sitting here laughing, man. I was just sitting here laughing. That's pretty dope. That's pretty far down the line into the 90s, though. You know what I'm saying? And I was just sitting here thinking of what I was gonna say to that, man. I was just laughing because, you know what I'm saying? Again, it's like, that's so far into the 90s. It's like, are you gonna correct her, bro? Is anybody gonna jump in here and say anything, or is this just a
Good morning, Romelo 747 Bankai.
Let's figure out a way to say Taz is wrong here. Because fam, by the time that comes out, that's like 98, 99, somewhere down, that's way down there.
I mean, and you gotta understand, I'm a young adult in the military, and I thought that was so fascinating because it was new to us in music like that.
And he said, yep. Like it ain't a whole decade of shit in between. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, to imply that Jigga What or Nigga What would be the album version. Yeah, to imply that belongs in this conversation, and Tommy agrees, it should let you know where they at in the conversation. It's like, fam, like, do you know how much nigga shit done been said since then? Like what? Like niggas, like, but that's after niggas die. Like what? like that's crazy, man. That's after Pac died, and you know what I'm saying, all the whole little shit with them and his expression of the N-word being a positive, and you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, fam. Like Pac had a whole expression about nigga long before Jay-Z ever made Nigga What, Nigga Who. And it's crazy that Tommy would agree with that shit. This lets me know they don't know what they're talking about for real, like not at all. Like that's crazy. Like the word was challenged even, you know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck are we talking about? Long before that, like geesh.
And because we were young, we were kind of dumb, right? I look at it as being dumb because we thought it was freeing. Nobody could come to us and call us the N-word no more because now we calling each other that like a term of endearment. That's why Jay-Z went on Oprah. It was trying to have
explain why. Yes,
that's why Jay-Z went on Oprah. Man, Jay-Z would be like my last example of a rapper using the word nigga though. But like,
for sure. For sure. There we have it though, y'all. I gave y'all another show. I got support from Stan Artry. Thank you, Stan Artry, for supporting the show today. That's why I say I gotta think about it. It's 6 o'clock. I believe Sharon, if he's not on, he should be on in moments. And I guess I have to say thank you for being here, watching. And I can only tell y'all since it's the beginning of the morning, or ask you. Maybe that's better, ask you. Be great.
We'll shut this motherfucker down.
That's all, folks.